truth, I don't want to use my own voice here today. Stay like that, thank you. Alright, there we go. Gonna watch some stuff. You have anything to say? Say it. And I'll answer it. I'll tell you the truth, I will. Even if it hurts your feelings. You're gonna hear me tell you that you're stupid. It's only because your mother won't. I will. I don't want you to feel that way. This is just the way it should be. Hey, why's up, everybody? Why's nobody talking? Hello? You guys want me to talk, eh? Ah, that's your problem. I'm turning the wrong way. Hold on. There we go. Hey, look, I cleaned more tables, shelves off. I can put more shit. Ah, fuck. This isn't working. There we go. Yeah, you should better. There we go. Is it a bit better? Yeah, right. Nah, I'm just being lazy. Sitting here, being lazy. Dale's here. God bless us, everyone. Would you like me to go get a turkey? Not only is it an original Mac, it's now running Windows. Oh, look at that. It's not a Mac. See? It says right down there, not a Mac. You can't prove it's a Mac. Why isn't he using it? Because I don't feel like it. I have a number in my head. And when we get to that number, maybe I'll stop. Maybe I want to see how many people want to see me. Maybe it's because I haven't put up a video in a couple of weeks and getting more subscribers when I'm not using my voice. So, I've got a great idea. Yes, I do. If it changes throughout the night, then you'll know why. You can cash at me when we reach a certain number. There's a little bit of the Aussie. Then I will stop using the fake voice. Maybe I just want to see how long you guys will stay around. Maybe. Or who knows, maybe those are all fake and I'm actually a British bloke. You don't know. For all the motherfucking giggles. I'm just trying to provide you with a little bit of entertainment. For real, I don't know. Maybe sometimes I get bored. You don't know. You like the Brit one better than my normal accent, eh? You know, I've been told that. Here, let me sit up. Yeah, that is better. It makes me sound so much more sophisticated. Oh, what is opening? What is going on? Was ist los? Nein, I do not want that. This is not where we want to be. What are you opening? What are you saying to me? This is not something. This is nicht good. Okay. We are okay. It's okay. Sitting up. I just want to see how many people come in here and see how many my voice is dying things. We want these papers. You want to see my papers? I'm going to show you my papers. This is a paper. This could be paper if you commit yourselves to making it paper. We are drinking the Powerade, not the Gatorade. If you want me to do a certain voice, you must pay me, Fräulein. Otherwise, I'm just going to do whatever comes to mind, yeah. Sometimes it is the German, sometimes it is not. Yeah, if you do not cash at me, then you get no accents other than what I am doing now. I just do not feel like using my real voice. Sometimes I just don't like the sound of my own voice. Although it does not really matter since I will never ever watch this live play. The replay will go down in history. Some of you have sat here and watched me for hours and hours on time, and at the end of your life, you will be standing in front of your maker and you will have to say, yeah, I watched hundreds of hours of that man. I don't know where that time went. I know I will never get it back. And I still can't say that I am sorry. So, that is where we are. What first gun do you recommend? I would recommend that you go to a firing range or possibly a gun store and put as many guns into your little hands as possible until you find the one that you can hold most competently and shoot with the most precision. Once you have found that, you must practice, practice, practice. It's what killed Beethoven, you know. And then you will be competent with your source gun. In terms of reliability, they suggest the Glock. They also suggest things like the Smith & Wesson M&P2. There are many others, such as the Konik or Janik. There is a gun behind you? No, I'm afraid not. Those are not guns. Those are pictures of puppies. It's not the orange, but I ordered the shadow to blue, getting tired of being out of the CZ loop. Yeah, you'll be all right there on there. Don't you worry about it. Yeah. My old boss was part of the Nazi youth. You seem to remind me of him. I don't think so. I don't believe in the Nazi party. We don't like them Nazis. We collected them Nazi scalps. I got something to tell you, Shoot Rat. If you're doing your accent, I can't hear it. You can hear mine, but I can't hear yours. So you can kind of do both. If you do both, then hell, boy, you're doing all right. Why am I getting ads for Marvel 6 versus 6 shooter? Auf Deutsch. In his defense, he had no choice at the time. I'm gonna be an old prospector. If only his streams allowed co-hosting. They do. I just don't like having to share the space. Which will come first, the FFL or the cats? I missed my opportunity to get the cats because I had some runny butt syndrome. Just not too worried about it right now. Spent all day working on the FFL. Apparently there was one last zoning thing. I had to send it over and get it initialized and notarized and then send it back on to my FFL guy, my ATF agent. Yeehaw! Everything's taken care of now, though. Although it won't be until the end of the year. First of the year. Why do many guns? Well, buddy, sometimes you feel like a 44 Magnum, and some days you feel like a 22 long rifle, and it seems like one's only twice as big in terms of numbers, but man, they shoot so much different. Brother, happy holidays, yeehaw. Thank you very much. Do you have a Glock 44? No, I have good taste. Oi, bruv, what's your fave? I'd have to say probably be 1911 up there. Right. It gives off a real American flavour. Yeah. You could go with more generic. I'm slipping into a different accent. Ah, fuck it. That's what I'll say. Chase, we don't talk about Glocks on this channel. I would counteract that, Bob Bear. You get a gun, you don't feel like a man. You only feel like a man when you're grabbing your own or somebody else's penis. Then you're feeling a man. You want to feel like a man, do the right thing. Treat your women good and raise a kid. Sub to your channel. Thank you, Wolf. I appreciate it. Makes me feel real good. Unfortunately, I can't pick up any guns. Sorry. Have you ever shot the Smith & Wesson FPC? What's your thoughts? Look, I'm going to have to do it this way, okay? I had the FPC when it first came out, okay? And I had one of my buddies, right? I had that fucking suppressor right there was on top of that fucking FPC, right? And we took it out, but it didn't have a fucking Nielsen device, or it had the Nielsen device on it, right? And my buddy fucking mag dumped that son of a bitch, and he bent the suppressor and fucking put a round through the end of it. So, yeah, needless to say, I sold that rifle too fucking quick, too sweet, tootin' common. You know what I'm saying? Am I half Asian? Yes, but which half? How's it going? Found the abs and messing up my truck. How's the abs messing up your truck? You know what you do? You pull the fucking ABS fuse, then you ain't got no fucking problems. And this channel is good. Thank you. Should I watch the Muppets Christmas movies if I'd never seen it before? Hi-ho, yes you should. Kermit the Frog here telling you if you want to have Christmas, you should really have some ham with your dinner. Ha! Tonight I am not answering any questions about do I or do I not have. If you don't see it behind me, I don't have it. That is the point of today's video. Any suggestions on a PCC? Yes, don't get a PCC unless you're trying to match the gun that you carry on a daily basis. If you're not trying to have mag compatibility, I would suggest that you go with something more like a 300 Blackout and an AR-15 or something like that. I'm not even sure what this one is now. It started as Kermit the Frog, but then all of a sudden it's kind of gone a little bit Midwestern, don't you know? Ham D's. I like ham and cheese. Thank you. Oh boy, we've gone up an entire fucking subscriber. That'll be worth more once Turkey's has its. Yeah, okay. Took your advice and bought one. Thank you. Shit, somebody bought a tea sauce because I didn't know about it when I made the suggestion. What do you want to know? You should make subscribers only able to comment. I could do that, I could, but I don't want to force people to do that. I like to talk to everybody. I'm in a shit way today, so I am talking to everybody. Except for the people that wave at me. Except this guy. Raise your hello. Your real voice. I'm not telling. You have to pay me. $100, I'll tell you my real voice. Or you subscribe to channel, go see other videos. Is that real voice or maybe it's put on voice? Like when you listen to Markiplier. Am I gonna die? I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm Markiplier. I shouldn't have a voice this deep, but
I just keep shoving my testicles inside my body. Oh boy.
Again, if you don't see gun behind me, I'm not talking about it today. Finally found the stream. Alright, Scope. Wave hello. I'm going to fucking get rid of all of you bastards. You know, when I try to do a Boston accent, it kind of gets lost a little bit because, you know, I do more of a New York accent. So when I'm trying to talk about places up there, I kind of keep it in the draw. So you gotta really think about it when you try to do a Boston accent because it's too easy to slip away from a Boston fucking accent down to a New York accent, you know. So I don't do it too often unless I practice it. And I didn't practice anything. I'm just sitting here tonight doing the stupid fucking voices because I ain't got nothing better to do. And I'm just bored. So, you know. You watch the Scarface movie too often, huh, man? Hello, Air Max. How is everything going? Oh, with the Bears. It's kind of hard to do the Chicago accent all the time because I'm always. That's another one of those. I lived up there in Minnesota, don't you? So yeah, every time you try to do a Chicago accent, it kind of goes a little bit too much. Like you start, oh, you betcha, and then it's kind of really close there, though. You know, they use a lot of the dares and the dems in the deep dish pizzas. They like that dare don't dare dare. I don't know. You want me to do a voice master? I'm not taking all the kinds of requests. I am just doing whatever voice pops into my little itty bitty brain pan. Doing whatever I want to, and I cannot go down deep enough to do Vin Diesel. Everything is well. How you doing, Bada Bing? Yellowstone is the Sopranos on horseback. That is a hot take. Yes, I can do a Patrick Warburton. If you stay around an entire time, you are bound to hear it. I tell you what I will do. I will do Jimmy. What the fuck is his name? No, not him. I can do the John Wayne. It sounds very much like the Patrick Warburton. I don't know. You want me to do the voices? You pay me. Minimum $2, but not yet. Also, what is this fucking rose? I can't even send myself a rose. I talk to a lot of butter faces. Does that count? For how long? What do you mean for how long? I can do this for the whole fucking time. I don't even need you here. And when's the last time you heard somebody with my accent say fucking? Oh, fuck you, buddy. No way you can go the whole life. I can go the entire night, my friend. You don't know. Amir, he served me my drinks the other day. He's a good lad. We were talking in the pub. He served me my pretzels. You want me to give you correct change? We have $1, we have $2. But since you asked me, I'm going to keep them. You can have the penny. Take it and go. Take it and go. Watch me crack the camera. Take it and go. Good eye. Thank you. Already did the Kermit Frog. Why are you wanting the Kermit? He's not here for you. Why do you expect me to pay for this? Huh? I'm not paying for it. You pay for it. I did not want it. I did not buy it. That is yours. You pay for it. In fact, you give me $1,000 for taking from you. I don't want to argue with you. If we are going to argue, I am going to win because I am better at it than you are. This is the guy you reach when you call customer service and he's still the one you ask for the manager. He's not quite the multitasking. I don't know what you are talking about, the multitasking. I am only doing one job, Habibi. Now you go. I don't know. When I do this one,
It almost calms me down. I'm not sure I like doing this voice. Oh my God, you have 5'7". Why are you so scared into asking me like that? You have a $3 lemon. I have a $3 lime. We have $7 lemon lime. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ironically, I cannot do a very good Korean accent. Oh my God, he's 29 and he's begging the internet for free shit. Should we get... nah, McNutt got him. Also, this eye isn't working today, so we're just gonna do that. Oh, why are your eyes so far apart? Because they said they wanted to see other pupils. F the haters. I agree. Alright, fine, I'll use my real voice. This is it. When I'm sitting there and I'm playing a video game, this is the voice I use. You can ask McManus and Stone when we were playing Helldivers 2. This was the voice I was using. What's your 6 o'clock? I'm not allowed to say that. It has the word in it. Long time no see. Long see no time. Gotta go. I was wondering, do you know what type of handgun Santa Claus carries? He doesn't need to carry one. He's got reindeer that can fly. And if he gets lost in the woods, he has deer meat. Haven't been in a while. Do you think if he kills Rudolph, the nose will still glow? Latoya Machida. I've been called that before. No. So, you're a nerd. I'm a super nerd. You're just a regular nerd. I do all kinds of stuff with technology. My sound is going in and out. Shit. This doesn't sound good. My sound is fine. Your sound is off. You should refresh and get an ad. I picked up a dime. That's like picking up 10. Yeah. I like high-powered guns. I recently saw one from Nighthawk. Don't know anything about them. Let's see what they start with, because they might start with a different gun. This is really funny, because people are coming in here thinking I'm going to drop the voice and give them a real answer. I fucking refuse to. Let's see what happens. I hope they start with a shit gun, too. Oh, boy. Not to try to improve a product of classes is okay, I see what it is. They're probably fine. They just redo the, they do an actual Browning. They don't make their own. It's kind of like they do the Beretta. Uh, it's fine. It's kind of like what Wilson Combat does with some of their guns. They'll go through and they'll rebuild a gun from another manufacturer. For a live and with the look at the no, I'm not trying to. I can't do it because I have not practiced it. All I know is I've got 2.5 more hours and nobody's gonna hear my real voice. I'm looking for negative likes. I want the worst fucking stream ever. In fact, fuck it. I'm gonna negative myself.
She has a huge tumor.
Oh shit, she has a huge tumor. I don't give a fuck what you guys think. I dislike myself. There it is! Dislike my own. I can even not recommend my own fucking channel to myself. That's fucking... oh, what the fuck? If I do this, it goes down. If I do this, it goes up. Alright there. Alright. Who's this ugly bitch? Holy shit, stop holding your head. You got your fucking Botox in there, that's fine. And your fucking sugar daddy behind you. Well, let's see if any of my motherfuckers are over there. Fuck, this girl's on drugs. Fuck, that girl did all the drugs. I ain't talking to you. What you doing there, buddy? This guy's just showing off music. This guy's playing Minesweeper. These people are talking. That's the fucking problem. There's too many people out there. Girl, I'm not trying to say something, but turn your lights up, girl. Turn your lights down. Get back to fucking work. I'm going through other people's lives. It's fun. Oh my god. Anyway. Hello.
Hey man, just turning in quick before my haircut. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and I hope store opening is going well. Not going well, waiting for a zoning correction to come through. Have I ever thought of voice acting? I did once think about it, but I am all the way in Virginia. Too far away from everything else. I'd have to send in the audio tapes. I'm not moving to California. Fuck that. 8-figure salary on no fucking voice acting. Oh no, I'm not looking behind me. I've done it many times before. One time I looked back there was my ex-girlfriend. One time I looked back, it was the entire German army. Not sure which one was worse. There's no new guns up there. Did I ever figure out that thing with SDS? Nope. Maybe it's your internet, motherfucker. Hold on. I can hear me. Everything's fine. It's all your fault. Okay. When Joe gets his FFL, he will be doing comedy shorts featuring how not to react in a gun store. No, I won't. I've done that before. I don't think he's answering that. What, the thing with STS? No, we are still not figured out, and I'm not promoting them either. That little black 380 looking pistol wasn't there last week. Everything on that wall has been there for 3 weeks. There have been no substitutions, only deletions. And the 380 looking thing is actually a 22. Love your voice. Thank you, sir. Number 1, I order you to take a number 2. Losers always whine about doing their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queens. Yeah, but the guy that skips the game has always been there the whole time in the closet fapping with a camera. Or so I've heard. Ryan, you have to be a little bit more specific. Are you talking about that one or are you talking about that one and that's a suppressor? It's not a gun. The guy who skips the games becomes your boss when you're done fucking around. No, the stats guy is the one who winds up your boss. I'm not taking requests unless there's a little bit of this involved. You want me to be doing a bad voice, I'll do it, but you have to pay me. What's in the safe? Hold on, I'll ask. Are ye still alive? It's best we're not opening that. Not tonight. I know. It's very close between Irish and Scottish. I naturally go more Irish and Scottish at the same time. Is there someone in your safe? Are you the FBI? If you're not, then I'm not answering you without a warrant. And unless you know who's in the safe, you can't go into the safe because you don't have a warrant. Joe, the CZP-10 has an optics ready slide on this site, but people say it's shite. Why could it be shite? Because you need plates. It's like the MOS. Thou shalt pass. The deer? Who's the deer? I had a deer friend when I was younger. 8-inch or 16? I'd have to say it's closer to 8. I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty sure that's a gun cabinet, not quite a safe. It's technically a locker. Sell the 1911. No, you can't call the 1911. Hello, DP. Oh, I can sound like Fat Bastard when I want to. What size AR-15 should I get? You should get the one that fits you best, mate. Your opinion on which is better, a force reset trigger or binary? I prefer the binary because you can shut it off. A force reset trigger is kind of touchy. Voices, okay, be back later. Then you ain't coming back, DB, because I ain't stopping until somebody gives me money. And a lot of it, goddammit. Seriously, I only have 2 questions, chat. What barrel length? Any modern polymer be milled for an optic? What? Oh, I'm not fighting with the guns. I'm using them in collaboration. Bollocks. How much are we talking about? Minimum $100. Ryan, I would actually disagree with you. There are just as many pistols. 16-inch is just the minimum to be considered a rifle. I'm not selling it to you. In fact, even asking me means you're gonna go away. What's your favorite handgun? Don't have one in the shop yet. I'm doing everything I can. I gonna give you more power. You're watching a gun channel. You're watching a gun channel. This whole room is watching a gun channel. Hoo-ah. I'd have to practice. Because I don't know who I'm doing now. Check your stuff for things. It's before Christmas. I better not be getting anything. Justin has said, do it in a Hawaiian voice, you filthy animal. Hey, I'm Dwayne Johnson. I'm Hawaiian.
My Glock isn't even a 5-inch barrel. I think a 4.5.
MVMI, what barrel length is best for a PCC? Well, the second C in PCC stands for carbine. Carbine typically refers to a shortened rifle. When you took a 20-inch rifle and you cut it down to 16 inches, it became a carbine, such as at Winchester in 1894. So you're looking at something that's a rifle length. And it really doesn't matter. What matters is how well you handle the firearm. Are you able to move comfortably with the 8-inch or the 16-inch? If the 16-inch gets in the way and hits your lover in the head, maybe you should shrink it down. The best part about an AR platform is you can also change the barrel length depending on, the color of the shit in your shorts. Yes. What did Frank say? How often do you stream? Every time I piss. And 3 days a week normally, but there's Christmas on this Wednesday. I don't have a preference, MC. I run both. I don't do a good Trump impression. So burning all the powder does not matter. Velocity has left the chat. For a pistol caliber carbine, anything over 5 inches is going to achieve good powder burning. What should you start off with? Well, an 8-inch is considered a pistol. Are you allowed to own the pistol variant?
I'm gonna go full nerd shit. Did you know you lose velocity compared to a longer barrel? I think you've been misreading things, McManus. You got the primary benefit of a longer barrel is increased velocity, with especially important with a 300 Blackout due to its design for close range engagements where heavier bullets require more power to reach optimal performance.
While a 16-inch barrel offers a good balance between velocity and maneuverability, many consider a barrel length between 10 and 12 inches to be the sweet spot for maximizing stopping power. If you're primarily using subsonic blackout ammunition for synchronous shooting, a slightly longer barrel can actually improve bullet stability. So, the type of round you're firing can affect whether or not you want a longer barrel. So, as ironic as it is, you're losing velocity based on well, it also says in regards to a longer barrel, it says optimal barrel length for 300 blackout subsonic is 16 inches because you're firing a 220 grain bullet. But like you're saying, it's just a fucking waste because in terms of the velocity you're getting out of a regular barrel, yeah, you are right. Your 16-inch barrel will slow it down. I'm looking for the final ballistics charts. All I'm seeing are like YouTube, and I'm not watching YouTube. Longest recommended barrel length for a pistol? Did I hear ballistics? You did, SFI. So I'm reading a couple of different places, and multiple sources are saying that depending on what you're running, yeah, 16-inch has a lower velocity than a longer barrel in a 300 blackout. But again, I'm just not willing to watch the Classic Firearms, Alabama Arsenal, Kentucky Range Time, and Alabama Arsenal on their secondary video all said that it's designed for the shorter barrel, but 16-inch doesn't really affect it enough to make it worth it. I don't. I'm not a long gun guy, so I don't give a shit. But I'm going to watch a video with captions just to tell you what the velocities are between an 8.5-inch barrel and a 16-inch barrel. So keep watching. Let's see. Turn on this. I want to see what the actual velocities is. Through the chronograph, 16-inch barrel, 2,098 feet per second. 2,093 feet per second. 2106. All right. So through the 8.5-inch barrel, 1893. 1907. 1898. 150 grain, 300 blackout through an 8.5-inch barrel is almost 100 feet per second slower. Is that taking into account bullet grain? Yes, bullet grain does affect it, but like I said, the video I just watched, all right, I should stop with the voice, but, you know, You're gonna go back to your movie. Alright, should I go to my regular voice? Because I can't argue very well when I'm doing a stupid voice. Regular voice or stupid voice? Taking a poll right now. No, like I just said. Same caliber, same bullet weight, is faster out of a 16-inch barrel. I don't even need to be in this conversation because I ask a question, ain't nobody fucking answer it. So I'll just sit back here and just wait. You want me in this conversation, you know where I'll be. Just sitting here, looking at this shit. No, SFR, it's between 150 grain, 300 blackout out of an 8.5-inch barrel and a 16-inch barrel. And out of the 8.5-inch barrel, it was averaging about 1,900 feet per second. Out of the 16-inch barrel, it was averaging about 2,100 feet per second. But that was just in that instance, in that environment, with that round caliber. So, in that instance, the 16-inch barrel had more velocity than the 8.5-inch. That's MVMMI. He doesn't listen to anything you say to him because you can answer the question 5 times and he'll ask it again. That makes sense since the barrels are usually bored for more stabilization, but if the barrel is longer, the spin could give it more velocity. That is absolutely not true, Ryan. The spin gives it more stabilization. The length of the tightness of the bore and the amount of powder that burns is what affects velocity. Like, you got it backwards, buddy. For 9mm, anything over 4 inches is not worth it. You can run whatever you want. It's just a pistol caliber is designed for a pistol, so they design the loads to try to burn as much as they can through. I'm done with the voices. I'm not getting into any arguments tonight because it's the day before Christmas Eve, and I refuse to get involved in any arguments tonight. So if anybody's looking to start a fucking argument, I'm not doing it. Do not have a Scrooge McDuck. No. I asked you guys a question, you guys completely ignored me. So it's like I'm not even. You know what's funny is I'm not even posting videos and I'm gaining more subscribers than when I post a video. And I'm in my own live and I ask a question and one motherfucker answered it. So it's like, what good am I? I'm just here for you guys to answer questions. That's fine, though. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm going to look at my phone while you guys talk. No, question's already done. I asked it 3 times, and then I sat back pouting, but everybody ignored me. So, fuck you all. Hate you all. I see what I'm really worth to you. I'm going to play Flappy Bird. Or, sorry, Flappy Bird isn't available, so I'm going to have Flap Like a Bird. No, I was trying to engage my audience, and my audience decided to ignore me, so I'm going to ignore my audience. I'm going to sit here playing a game. You didn't know the answer to the question? You don't even know what the question is then. I asked it 3 times, but everybody was typing. No. I already answered it. Nah, I'm not blaming anything on you, Justin. You're the realest motherfucker in here right now. Well, I can definitely tell you, brother, that just screaming it out on the internet is a great way to make it look like you should have a gun. No. I asked a question multiple times. You guys just ignored me. You're too busy talking to each other. I see how it is. I'm just going to sit here and drink my Powerade. I checked my email. I'm not saying anything. If I already answered it, what am I crying about?
I'm answering it because I had to cry about it because I'm crying about it when I had to answer it. I asked you guys a question and only one person even answered it. One person. The fuck am I looking at? Let's see. For indicated charges of following 300 blackout. Ratio charge range charge velocity foot per second. So this is out of a 16-inch barrel. Let's see. Ogden. So yeah, out of a 16-inch barrel, it gets up close to 2100 on average. And out of an 8-inch barrel, velocities are between 1830 and 19, actually down to 1700. So I am right. So the 16-inch barrel does allow for more velocity of a similar same cartridge, 147 grain, 300 blackout through an 8-inch barrel will average closer to 1800 feet per second. Out of a 16-inch barrel, it'll average closer to 2100 feet per second. So SFR sent me those charts. So if you disagree with it, you have to answer to SFR. Joe's pity party. It's my party, and I can be a little bitch if I want to. A little bitch if I want to. A little bitch if I want to. Not only am I a grown man child of light, I'm also a big fucking bitch. And I might be farming you for engagement. You don't fucking know. Should I be like all these other motherfuckers that stream and be like, oh, you should give me $1. You should give me $2. You should give me $5. No, I'm just engaging you by making you feel like shit. I'm like your mom. How you doing? I don't know. Can you do it in a short? Yeah, you can pick up guns. Anything that's pre-recorded, you can handle firearms. Like you can make a review video. You can do a demonstration video. You can't show modifying a video to take out a safety feature or anything like that and post it. But if you just doing a regular video, yeah. It's so close in velocity to an 8-inch difference. Yeah, well, that because the round was designed for a shorter barrel, you're just not gaining effective velocity in a 16-inch barrel. I don't do that. No, I offer to be an idiot for my money. Engage me with the question you had earlier. We don't feel like shit. No, the question, I already answered it. I stopped doing the accents. Didn't know 16-inch, but friend and Feder. Well, Wavy gets hosed. The thing is, though, you're doubling the barrel length to gain 200 feet per second, 300 feet per second, so you're 1/6 of the velocity, so you're gaining 17% velocity with twice as long a barrel, which means the pistol is actually the better option because it gives you the more maneuverability. Plus, if you have a pistol, you can put a longer barrel on it and go back to the pistol, whereas if you buy a 16-inch gun, you can't convert it to a pistol. Stupid American laws, yes, but with the current gun laws, you can convert from a pistol to a rifle and back, but you cannot convert from a rifle to a pistol and back. Thank you so much. Just wanted to make sure. What happened to the voices? Oh, everybody pissed me off, so I stopped them. Is a full disassembly including or removing safety features? Only if you don't put the safety feature back in when you reassemble it. What's the big gun? It's a shotgun. It is a Kel-Tec KS7. What's the big gun behind you? Yep. 200 ain't nothing. It really isn't. When you're talking about the difference between that and that. Yeah, McManus, but the problem is you tell that to a million people, right? One person gets in trouble, and they're the loudest motherfucker that complains that everybody else told them to do it. Rather than nutting up and saying, yeah, I decided to do it, so I'm the reason I got in trouble, I got caught, I paid the penalty. No. The minute that the 1 in a million person gets caught, it's always a bitchy ass bitch who blames society, his parents, his mother, his boyfriend, Father McCreepy Finger, whatever, and then it hurts the rest of us. So, don't you add? Nah, you don't typically add that much by doing that. charts answer the questions. Yes, SFR. I read them out on screen. And the thing that we're debating now is whether or not doubling your barrel length is worth the 200 to 250 feet per second extra you get. Ben, can you? Ben, what? Is that a Davis top right? Nope. Man, we are so lost in the chat right now. Merry Christmas, Jiminy. So many videos on the new Ruger RXM. Any thoughts? Don't care myself, just asking. I'm going to pick up an RXM, but I can tell you right now that it's fine. It's a Gen 3 clone. It has a serialized control unit in it. They call it the FCI, the Fire Control Insert. So it'll be fine in whatever you wind up putting it in. I'm sure it'll run fine. The only benefit to the Ruger one is that, number one, Magpul designed the grip module, so you know they're going to come out with a bunch. But in straight up general, I think that it should be a perfectly fine gun. Thank you for the donation, sir. I would say it depends on the application you need it for. If what you're doing is close quarters and go for the shorter barrel. If you're shooting for more medium to longer distance, definitely go 16. But if you're shooting medium to longer distance, why would you use 300 blackout? I would wait a couple quarters for what they're dropping next. What's your opinion about the recent ATF passing? I don't think there should be any paperwork for a firearms accessory. So I just got 2 blank lowers and put kits in them so I can put whatever length upper system on as long as I follow buffer laws, correct? Yes, so because you bought receivers, you can build them however you want. You can turn them into pistols or rifles, and you can interchangeably swap them back and forth, back and forth. The only time that you lose the ability to modify a pistol AR into a rifle is if you take it into a store into a pawn shop with the rifle upper on it and it gets checked in as a rifle, and when you pick it up it comes out as a rifle, because then it is now on 4473 as a rifle, which means that gun is now a rifle in accordance with the last known paperwork on it. So it's a bitch. So it's a wash in FPS for 150 grain between 80-inch plus can and 16-inch. Honestly, I wouldn't imagine there to be much of a difference at all, Bruce, just because you're talking 100 yards with a round that's still going anywhere from 1,800 to 2,000 feet per second. It's really not going to affect it that much. What's my opinion on 80% lowers? If you want to build one because you're so anti-government, go for it. But I don't like the quality of any of the 80%ers I've ever laid my hands on. I don't think any of them are any good. They were just a cash grab trying to get to people that wanted to not do a background check because they were either scared they weren't going to pass the background check, or they were so anti-government that they refused to do a background check. But typically, because you needed to finish them yourselves, I have never, and it's only been 5 years. In my 5 years of selling guns, from 2019 to recently, I never saw a good one. Because the ones that are good don't get sold. What does that pistol and rifle conversion work with the law? It's because a receiver is not complete. So in the eyes of the law, all you own is a receiver. The only part of the gun that's serialized is the receiver. Because the receiver is the only part serialized, you can do whatever you want to it. Now, if you had bought it as a complete rifle, it has a paper trail showing that it was manufactured as a rifle or sold as a rifle or redeemed as a rifle. It becomes a rifle in the eyes of the law. But as long as the last known paperwork on that part is as a receiver, there is no laws that you have to conform to. You can run a 16-inch barrel with a brace. You cannot run a shorter barrel. You can't run an 8-inch barrel with a buttstock. So if you run a short barrel under 16 inches, you have to run a brace. That's the only rule.
And the choice of powder and getting as much powder. Okay, people, yeah, so people are... when you go to sell it, you have to serialize it, correct? An 80%er, technically, no. Like, as a gun store, I was told I can buy them without a serial number, but if I want to sell it as a store, I have to serialize it. 6 years, not 5 at a gun store. No, it was February of 19, so I quit in September of 23, so technically it was only 4.5. I guess I'll change this now, since you guys disappointed me into dropping the bit, so I'm not mad at you, just disappointed. There we go. Uh, 5 years went by quickly. Not really, not for me. Yes, you can change your pistol into a rifle. What's up from South Dakota? Not much. Unless you have a milling machine, I just don't see it coming out with very good quality. Yeah, no, they don't. It's very difficult to build an 80%er right, which is the other reason why I'm not afraid of one. Even the 3D printed shit doesn't come out right. Yeah, I actually don't even want to watch the video of the lady. She was sleeping on the subway and some punk ass bitch sets her on fire. It's just chat. They are ignoring me. There. I'm giving info for everyone. What happens if I order an ARP lower part with a fake name? If you order the lower of an AR, that is the serialized part. And if you order one in a fake name, you need documentation, ID, and proof that that's actually your name to do the paperwork. Don't break the law, asshole! To quote Jim Carrey. She stood up so calmly, no one tried to help. Cops walking by, people pulling phones. Like I said, I didn't want to watch the video. Looks like they're using exactly. Nice to see you again. Hope you're having a great night. Merry Christmas as well. Oh, I'm just reading the chat. I'm not getting involved with chat, man. The chat just uses my live to communicate. I feel like I'm actually part of like a hidden chat ring. No shit. If you order a serialized part for a gun, it's going to an FFL. That's how it works. Has done since 1964 or 8. Nope, no catch yet. You can try to open up a home FFL, but the ATF is extremely strict on what they're willing to do for home FFLs. If you've been watching the news, reading the news, or even pay any attention to the news, the number of home FFLs that have been getting shut down are numbering in the thousands because all these motherfuckers that are trying to run FFLs out of their houses and they just fucking just go super lax on doing their paperwork, thinking it's not going to affect anything, and then they get fucking caught allowing straw purchases and not doing the right background checks, and fucking people are getting killed with their guns. No. You can open up an FFL, but unless you have an actual business license in place and an actual business plan, most ATF agents are going to tell the field office no. Don't have a caliber preference. I'll take whatever I can shoot.
Some standards, yeah, that's the issue. High quality. See, McMahon still isn't even talking to me. Hey, MMVI, we answer your question and you ask it again. Stop it. If you keep asking the same question, dude, you're going away. No. If you open an FFL to get discounts from manufacturers, you are literally violating the law. An FFL is a firearms sales license. You are not supposed to be using an FFL for personal gain. That's literally going to get you denied on getting an FFL. DB, why would you remove that question? There was nothing wrong with that question. Josh, that question is fine. Yes, before, back in the day, you used to be able to just order a gun out of catalogs and have them sent to your house. All right. Goodbye, MMVI. I'm tired of it, dude. Every time you come into a live, you fucking do this. We answer your fucking question over and over and over, and you keep asking it. I'm done. I'm done. I told you to stop, and you didn't. I didn't see it, DB, but yeah, he's been a pretty solid dude, so I'll catch it next time. I didn't even see it pop up the other 2 times. Do I play mobile games? I really don't. Just simple fucking brick breaker games, shit like that. Do I think that 40 cal is more comparable to 9 than 10? It's an in-between round. It was deliberately done on purpose to be a intermediate round. You like the guns. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? No, 10 millimeter is not comparable to a 45 ACP. 45 ACP is subsonic, 10 millimeter is supersonic. Completely different. You seem tired. I'm just getting tired of this stupid shit. Hey, Zaxxon. It's almost Christmas, and I asked a question, and I got ignored. And then if I post a video, I'm not getting views. I actually lose subscribers every time I post a video. But all of a sudden, I get views on videos that have been up for 3 years. I'm just trying to figure out this YouTube shit. I don't do it for a living, so it's like, do I even want to fucking try? You know what I mean? SFR, you're not bothering me at all. You and McManus seem to be having fun talking about whatever you're talking about. You're talking about long gun shit. It has nothing to do with me. Do I think I'm getting shadow banned? No, it's just I'm not getting shadow banned at all. In fact, I know I'm not because the number of views I got yesterday are quite reasonable. But like I said, I haven't actually published a long form video in 3 weeks, and it's like, fuck, dude. If I put up a short, I lose subscribers. So it's like fucking backwards. DB's trying to figure out life. I hear you. Crypto, what's up? What should you make for Christmas dinner? I think you, my friend, need to make yourself some something with pineapple and something with Spam since you're Hawaiian. Yeah, I don't know, McManus. Like, I posted that one short 3 days ago, and I lost like 50 subs. And then over the course of the last day, that 3.1-inch Rock Island gun got like 5,000 views yesterday and gained me another 60 subs. So I can't fucking figure out the fucking thing. I've been posting shit on the tech side. I just haven't been telling you guys, shorts and stuff. So those have actually been getting responses. So I'm definitely going back to fucking tech next year.
I'm setting up an office. I ordered a desk today. I'm literally going to get back into the tech stuff. Well, I love you. Thank you. Am I Chinese or Korean? I am American-ish. I am half Korean. You are a 6'3" nonchalant dreadhead. Well, I'm taller than you. So at least I have that. Any input? No, because I haven't put my hand on one yet. When I eventually get my hands on one, I'll do a video on it next year. So you meant ballistically 9mm and 40 cal aren't so different. Yeah, but the weights are very different. Just because they're going the same speed, it, again, puts them in different classes, Spency. I don't get your shorts. Now I'm going to look. I get your longs. Nice. It'll no longer dude, I have no idea what the fuck's ever going to do good on YouTube, man. Fucking, hold on. I'm going to show you something. Well, you don't have to hold on because you're all going to ignore me anyways. I'm being a little bitch tonight. I don't give a fuck what you think. Let's see. Shorts. Views. More than 8 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why are you doing it like that? Why does it fucking do this now? Why'd they fuck this shit up? Motherfuckers. They used to fucking let you sort by number of views. More than one. Fuck you. How's that, you fucking bitches? Oh, it would help if I'm on the right channel. That was my fault. Sorry, YouTube. You're only kind of sucky. So, this video has almost 9 million views. It has no fucking point. This video is literally me taking the top off of a PPK and putting it back on. That's all this video is about. And it has 9 million views. Why? Who knows? 100,000 hours of watch time. It's a minute long. I didn't know it was going to do that well. I almost didn't post it. I thought it was stupid. What's 9 million views pay? That's the bullshit part of it all. Here, I'll show you. Since it's published, 9 million views has made me $258. Whereas if you do a video that has minimum 400,000, whereas the Rock Island Made a Hilarious 1911 has had 500,000 views, so, you know, 4.5 times less, and that one has made me 2,200. So, yeah. What the fuck? You should get paid more than that. The shorts payments, the shorts algorithm is so fucked because all the big name channels keep on going on there, so they're stealing all the views, which means they steal all the monetization. Coming to lives because unlike all the others, you're actually insightful and engaging. Thank you. Is it possible some were bots and they were deleted? Don't think so. Because it's every time I post a video, they go down and then they go back up. Yeah, so YouTube is really hard to figure out. Now, there are some guys that are willing to spend 60, 70, 80 hours a week trying to make a living out of doing this shit. I really don't. When I post a 10-minute long form video, like when I do like a field strip, when I did the one take video on that 1911, I did it in 16 or 17 minutes. That video took me 22 minutes in total. So the T-Sauce Night Stalker videos had 110,000 views, but because of how fast it took off, that's made me like $1,800. And that one took me literally 20 minutes. That video with the Rock Island has made me the most money. YouTube is like a side hustles for some, while for others it's their life. Yeah, some people can do it and I can't, you know. I used to, I mean, even up to last month, I was live streaming for 5-6 hours. But again, the dollars per hours wasn't making sense, especially since it was fucking just wearing me out. So, yes, different categories pay massively different. Guns is one of the worst ones. So there's a thing called CPM, or cost per mille, or RPM, revenue per mille, which is per 1,000 views. Gun channels make anywhere from $4 to $7 for every 1,000 views. You saw I made 2,000 on 500,000. That was basically $4 for every 1,000 views I got. There are toy channels, tech channels. Tech channels can make $11 to $15 for every 1,000 views. Some of the food and makeup video channels can make, you know, anywhere from 8 to ties on that shit. Make a Mr. Jiminy Burger? Fuck that. Then I'll eventually get accused of being mean to people on my show. McManus, you have a good night. Go get some whores. Sorry you're hurt, Artsy. Who do lives pay? What does that mean? You mean what do lives pay? Lives don't pay shit, dude. When I did a 28-hour live stream, I made $3 from Google. But the thing is, you are your own company, brand, or brush. You can make videos anytime you want while it's rolling the dice. It may be possible to figure it out. Oh, no, DB. If I wanted to literally make it my life, if you look at the first few years that I had the channel, I started in 2015. I really didn't get into guns until the end of 2017. So I was doing video games and car reviews. When I was doing the car reviews, I was making more money per month doing the car reviews than I do now because they were car reviews. I could make a living doing this, but I would be miserable. You watch like a streamer, like there are streamers out there that will stream 8 hours a day every fucking day of the week, and they do make decent money, but they're literally streaming all fucking night. So then they sleep half the day, so they get 5 hours, 4 hours a day to be personal and do their own shit. Like Osmond Gold and Moist Critical, they don't have fucking lives. They're fucking tethered to their cameras. They're tethered to their fucking computers. And when they try to have a life, they're fucking working on sponsorships or fucking all this other shit. You don't see Osmond Gold out in the fucking wild. You don't see Moist Critical. You don't see Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. Any of these huge fucking creators don't go out because they have to spend their entire life figuring out how to make you fuckers chuckle. And that ain't me. Why would you be miserable? It would make me miserable to have to sit and try to figure out how to make content every day to make a few $1,000s a month. If I'm going to torture the shit out of myself, I'm going to go back to selling cars and make $250,000 a year working 50 to 60 hours a week. I'm not going to fucking waste my life doing YouTube. Still beats a regular job with regular pay? No, it doesn't, dude. If you're putting in 80 hours a week and you're fucking sleeping all day because you stream all night and you're not spending that money, you're not living any kind of life, it's not fucking worth it. What you're saying is we're just a waste of your life. No, I've never once said that. I said I fucking hate you guys for not answering my questions, but what I'd say to you guys is you guys don't fully understand what it takes to do it as a living. I understand what it takes to do YouTube for a living, and I also understand what it takes to do YouTube as the way I'm doing it, which is an outlet. So if I want to buy guns, I make videos on the guns I buy. If I want to do this, I make videos on this. So I don't conform myself. Everybody likes to say, oh, he's a gun tuber, he's a YouTuber. Fuck that shit. You didn't see me buy the RXM. I didn't even know it was coming out, but you didn't see me fucking buy one. You don't see any of the new PDPs on my channel. You don't see any of these other new guns on my channel. I'm not somebody that's making this to do a living. I'm doing it because I want to. Be back in an hour. I agree with you. All right, Justin. Well, we're only on till 10. Hear what you're saying, though. I'm working at 13 to help my family. Right now, I work 3 jobs. How are you working at Chick-fil-A at 13? Yo, everyone else has a cooler story like, oh, I went snowboarding, I fell. I once high-fived an airplane and broke my hand. Jamel, you put on whatever you want, dude. Technically, if you have a flash hider on your gun, and it's either if you got an ARP or long rifle, it's probably threaded anyways because the muzzle device is threaded onto your gun. The only reason you wouldn't have a threaded barrel on an AR is if it's pin and welded. You left a 6-figure job because of stress and being on call wasn't worth the mental health. I tried to kill myself because I was working a 6-figure job and I was always in pain. So again, I do this because I want to. Trust me, the day I don't want to do this anymore, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not tied to this. That's the big thing. I am not tied to this. If I want to stop right now and end this fucking live stream and walk away and you guys never hear from me again, I could. A bull barrel AR may not have threads. If it has a flash hider, it should. Again, unless it's welded to it, right? I don't mess with like fucking bull barrel shit very often. And most bull barrel guns like 22 targets, 308s, things like that with the heavy barrels typically are threaded. Just wanted to say hi and God bless. Cowboy, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate that. I do appreciate that. And it's your first super ever on a live stream, so appreciate that, Cowboy. Like I said, I just want you guys to understand what my mentality is when I do this shit. I do this because I think it's fun. I do it because I think it's funny. And I hope you guys are hanging out here because you think I'm fun or funny or I say something cool or I have some fun with you, which is why, like, when I don't get interaction, I'm not being Darkside Phil. I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking you for interaction. If I ask you guys a question and there's 70 of you fucking sitting here and none of you want to answer the question, it makes me feel a little anally violated that you guys don't want to play around. More than if you actually played around. See, that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. Don't give me a reason to kick you off and I won't, Luke. I was looking at the ATI MP40 and they have threaded barrels, but I don't know if I'll ever get a suppressor. You know, I can't tell you which way to go. Historical, I can say that if it's the same price, I would get it and just not use it, rather than not get it and then down the road figure I want it. One year of 6 figures would save both me and my mother about $700 a month. I don't get what that means, but go for it. Crypto got hit by accident. Did you fix it? Did you unban him? Did you accidentally ban him? I'm here because of this is one of the few places I can freely talk about guns and have a blast just having a conversation. You're appreciated. This is an awesome place. We'll be here until 10. Appreciate that, Historical. You're not ignoring me. You have a 35-minute drive plus sick traffic. Sorry, bud. Put in 4x4. Hit the fucking ditch. You're here for the boobs. Oh, trust me, if I was a really weird person, I'd buy another set. Still feel like I can make the millions to sit at a chair and play games even for 8 to 10 hours a day. I'd rather do that than actual work. Yep, but the number of people that actually make millions doing it is much smaller than you think, and they aren't just sitting at their desk. When they're not at their desk, they're fucking actively seeking out motherfucking sponsors, and they're trying to find deals. Dr. Disrespect doesn't fucking go out, even before he was stepping out. I had a mullet when I was a kid. I actually had a rat tail when I was younger. I'm hit! And also, thinking you're going to make millions on YouTube in 2024, it's a lot harder than it used to be. Do you think felons should be able to get their Second Amendment rights back? I think you need some grammar first. Certainly not all are murders. What do you... So, here's my stance on felons getting 2A rights. As long as it wasn't a violent crime, and it didn't involve domestic abuse, you weren't beating on women or children, you didn't commit a crime where you shot somebody multiple times trying to get away because you're a punk-ass bitch, then yes, serve your time, do what you need to do. A lot of states allow you to get back your 2A rights if you were like a white-collar criminal, you fucking were stealing money or whatever. Yeah, get your fucking guns back. I'm fine with that. I want to get into content, but definitely not on YouTube. Dude, you can, any one of you right now, doesn't matter if as long as you're of age, of course, but any of you, big, small, fat, skinny, hot, ugly, doesn't matter. If you started an OnlyFans account, you'll make more money than you can on YouTube right now. Speaking through a mic. No problem, dude. I figured it out. It took me a minute, but that was my response to whether or not felons should have guns. As long as you didn't kill some motherfucker and you didn't abuse your children or your wife or your husband, I don't care if you're gay. You don't have to be straight to be a felon. But yeah, as long as it was a nonviolent crime, then sure. Do your time, pay your due to society, and get your fucking guns. What's your OnlyFans? I don't have one. I'm not that desperate for money. Need the wife to do the OnlyFans feet content? Fuck that, dick. Do it yourself. You want to be the millionaire? Put your feet where your mouth is. Do you think there will be more innovation for firearms, or will we hit the peak with innovations? Considering that the vast majority of firearms on the market are still using John Moses Browning's designs from the late 1800s up until the 1930s, there can be innovation, but it's very difficult. You got guns like the Chris Vector, bullpups, several things that have stuck around a little bit, but even guns like rotating barrels are not that popular, and they've been around forever. No, firearms... Now, I'm going to put this out there. There are some technology that doesn't have to get better. Making incremental improvements on things such as red dotting everything, that's an improvement that everybody can benefit from without modifying the gun. That's what I say. Does OnlyFans have gun content or just sex? Well, technically, OnlyFans has a lot more than just sex, but because sex work became a popularized thing on OnlyFans, that's what it's known for at this point. But you can still start an account where you just talk to people. Have I ever considered doing an open mic comedy session? I have, but none of my friends are willing to go with me, and I don't want to go by myself. Plus, I don't like writing material. I like to be improvisational. I have some things in my brain, everybody does, but I don't want to write things like, my mom was such a big alcoholic that I called her Pickle. Yeah, I don't like to write material. P music playing while someone sensually takes... Yeah. Disregard if you already discussed, but how do gun tubers like Honest Outlaw make money then? Sponsors, I mean, he upgraded to a new improved ranch. Yes, sponsors and Patreon. Patreon is a big thing for a lot of guys. You got to understand, Patreon, some of these guys, I think Honest Outlaw, I don't know how many he has, but I'm sure he has in the thousands of patrons, as well as his YouTube videos are all monetized, and they're all getting hundreds of thousands of views. I showed you, 500,000 views is $2,000. So if he puts out 10 to 12 videos, let's say he puts out 12 videos a month and he gets 500,000 views, so he gets 12 times $2,200 per, so he's getting $24,000. On top of that, he's getting sponsored almost every video now, SDI or clothing company or whatever, so he's getting sponsors and he has his patrons. He's fine. I see you being good at crowd work as a comedian. Yeah, usually. What's a good everyday carry? The best thing I can tell you for an everyday carry is you need to go to your local gun store and you need to put your hands on as many guns as you can and see what best fits your hands. It's a cop-out answer, but it's the best answer to give. I don't like those motherfuckers that try telling you what you should carry. I'm telling you that the best way to figure out what you should carry is to fucking go to a store and pick up a lot of different guns. Put your hands on those guns and see what guns best fit your hand and your shooting style. How do I feel about Donut Operator? I really don't feel either way. His videos are cool to watch because he was a cop and he can break down cop videos, but he doesn't do anything that fucking Kentucky Ballistics, Demo Ranch, and Brandon Herrera doesn't do. And the fact that they all hang out together means they all fucking make the same videos. Sage Dynamics, last I saw you at about 11,000 Patreon at a minimum of $5. Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite Christmas movie? My favorite one is actually A Christmas Story, followed by Die Hard. What does it cost on average for somebody like Honest Outlaw to edit his videos? As far as I understand, he edits his own videos, him and his wife, so $20 a month for Adobe. But I'm sure that the average YouTube video editor probably is... I know some guys were advertising they'll do your videos for like $1,000 a video. But average cost to get a YouTube video edited. But average cost is $100 to $500 depending on the video's complexity, the editor's experience level, and the length of the video, with basic edits starting around $100 and more intricate edits reaching upwards of $500. So even if you paid $500 per videos, it's fine. I could fucking edit my videos, no problem. I used to do it to all my videos except for my one-take videos that I did on purpose. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. There's no debate. How much would you charge to build a computer? It depends on the complexity. If you just want me to put together your computer, then it'd be super cheap. You'd be better off building it yourself. But if you want like a custom water loop and shit, then that's going to cost you by the hour. $20 an hour, it's probably going to take me 10 to 15 hours to design and build your loop. What happened was Swades didn't approve of them, so NAM cut off contact, and Smith & Wesson, same platform. What? How's it going? It's all right, Schizoid. AI will take that job over now, technically. Yeah, I don't trust AI for editing, though. For projects, it's very time-consuming, and the Adobe software like Photoshop costs money or not very user-friendly. I like eBaum's World is still around, Roy. It's actually literally on my computer still. eBaum's World is still alive, dude. Didn't really look that closely. There could have been porn on my phone there. Nope, we're good. Holy hell, I thought it died 20 years ago. Nope, updated daily, man. They still have Catterday. I love Catterday. Holy shit, I thought about eBaum's was dead. Nope. Still on one of my it's on my bookmark bar. Always has been. Is a Smith & Wesson Shield a good first carry? It's a reliable gun. Whether it's going to work for you, I can't say. You got to figure out what kind of gun you can shoot comfortably. If you pick it up and the grip angle is wrong and you shoot it like shit, then no, it's not a good carry. What you need to do is find a place that will let you rent one and shoot it. The gun itself is good. A Smith & Wesson Shield is a good gun. The Shield Plus with 13 or 11, 12 plus, whatever the capacity is these days, is a great gun. But you need to figure out whether or not you can comfortably handle it. Powerade tonight, bro. Well, I know hell.com is long gone. What a weird site that was. There's a lot of sites. Now go to meatspin.com. Quick. Somebody do it. I just thought about a bunch of gun tubers making a Jingle All the Way version of trying to get the last Red Ryder BB gun for their kids' Xmas. I'm just listening now. I'm just watching you guys type. You guys type funny words. RAM. It's actually a decent kit. This is Corsair Vengeance stuff, dude. It's 8 gigabytes DDR3. If anybody knows DDR3, they'll know that 8 gigabyte sticks is actually the highest that you could get commercially. You can get higher if you go with a ECC RAM, but most people didn't. Thank you. You believe I took that out while the computer's running? I'm lying, of course, because I'm using a modified MacBook or iMac. It's my old AMD system. Is that a 1911 I see there? You have taste. Yes, it is. So the money's in the regular videos. Yes, long form videos are definitely where the money is because you can put more ads that are dedicated. So shorts do what's called a pooled fun, right? So when you're doom scrolling and you watch 20 videos, right? And let's say there's a lot more ads than that. But if there was one ad per 20 videos, the videos between those ads are what split the ad revenue from just those 2 ads, right? So that's why that's such shit. When I do a dedicated video and there's 3 ads spread through it, beginning, middle, and end, then I get all of that minus YouTube taking their 50% or 40% bullshit cut. If I had my choice to buy my first handgun again, what would it be? I'd still go with the 1911. I'm gonna get some rest because my arm hurts. You take it easy, Archie. You be good, all right? Fucking take it easy, man. You're fucking dangerous to yourself. You've only watched my 3DS video. Yeah, a lot of people are that way when I wore the fucking GoPro on my head. Where I did the replacement shell, yep. My favorite scary movie would probably be Miss Frida Goes to Mars. You've probably never seen it. Is there another place that's more gun friendly? Yeah, Rumble is more gun friendly. They're very loose on their rules and shit. And I'm on there. My videos get automatically uploaded to there. But it's kind of like, it's one of those things where it answers its own questions. Why don't I do that exclusively? Y'all motherfuckers don't even know about it. The vast majority of people don't know about Rumble because unless you know to look for it or you watch a popular enough person on YouTube to tell you about it, none of you people ever go there. I've thought about going in Rumble or some other platforms, start gun tubing. I've got some great starter content I can make, but I just never have the time. I've made 31 cents in 2 years on Rumble. Because, again, I don't promote myself. Yeah, I gotta spend time with my family. Bye, you're super funny. All right, Luke. All your base are belong to us.
Yes, it do.
Check your text, DB. $100, I'll dox DB. Just kidding. So YouTube technically is paying the most right now. YouTube has always paid the most. Unless you go to something subscription-based like Pepperbox, which is what Demo Ranch, Brandon Herrera, Donut Operator, and Kentucky Ballistics went to. They are literally a full subscription-based service like Netflix now if you want to watch their videos. Yeah. Just make it so, make it to make it. I wouldn't be worried about the money immediately. I would still carry a full-time job till I'm probably 70. Yeah, if you want your videos on a platform that's less likely to get taken down, then that's the way to go. Until Google buys it and then fucking kills it. You'll be back in an hour. Well, I'm leaving at 10, so if you're back in an hour, it's going to be a short visit. see, my videos are so inconsistent with how much they make, I wouldn't even pay somebody to edit my shit. I still have the video of me putting the mid muffler delete on my fucking charger, and I've just never edited the video.
Sign up. What the fuck you gonna do? Sign up, sign up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've made 62 cents on Rumble. I've made a lot more money than I thought I did. Woohoo. In the last 60 days, I've gotten 2 new followers. All right. All right. It's also because they don't always pull my shit in like they should. Like, it keeps turning off my auto syndication from YouTube for some reason. I know they already have it, so how do I turn it off? There we go. Thank you, you son of a bitch. It's great as you know, you never know what will hit. Yep. What is your favorite AR build in optics? I don't really have a favorite person to build. I have custom builds, and they're all mine, and you can't have them. You know what else is crazy? I don't know, a banana. Buy my Funko Pops collection. They're mint, and I'll let you have them for 40 cents on the dollar. I will pass. Thank you very much, sir. I have no use for Funko Pops. But I appreciate it, Roy. Oh, no. Google just told me Rumble was granted access to my channel. Yeah, I have seen a lot of guys that have done that. So, you know, you spend $400 to $600 and then you might get all your money back. There's no guarantee. A lot of guys get burned. I thought about doing that, but I don't want to spend $500 on a box. I don't want to buy like their $100 box because the $100 returns, you're guaranteed to get shit. You got to spend like $400 to $600 on a return box. You produce beats because you want to. I get that, Wavy. 10-inch AR and 410. Go for it. That would be hilarious, and 410 and 10-inch will be very effective. I have a closet full of them. Should have sold them 3 years ago when they were worth something. Yeah, there are a few that are still worth money. Like I have the Iron Man Hulkbuster Funko Pop. It's worth like 70, 80, 90 bucks or something like that. What do I think about 22 cal? It's fine. It's an ammunition. I shoot lots of different. There's lots of guns that shoot it, so the round itself doesn't bother me at all, and there are lots of choices to shoot it out of. So overall, positive. Are kits available to pin higher round mags to 10 rounds? Depending on what it's made out of, you can do it yourself. If it's a metal mag, you could theoretically dimple it yourself. But in terms of pinning, there are some things out there that include a follower or that will stop it from going down any farther. So there's different things you can do. It's almost as if every side hustle has been so exploited it's not worth it. Agreed, DB. It has gotten to that point. Like I used to coin roll hunt. I used to buy silver dollars and the half dollars, and you know I'd buy like $2,000 worth and go through them, and you'd pull out like 10 half silvers and 90% silver coins, and you could actually make money doing that. But you can't do that anymore because if you go to the bank, even here in Northern Virginia where I am, there's dudes that are doing it and they take all the coins. Everybody wants to be a social influencer. Yep. Everybody thinks they can do what, frankly, I fucking do, and they can't. I can't tell you the number of times I've turned off a video because they are the most unnatural fuck I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not naming names. It's just when... So I have, I believe, a little bit of a cadence and naturality and honest stability to the way I present. Like, I'm not reading from cue cards. I don't say... You know, I gotta be honest with you, like they used to do on fucking Orange County choppers all the time. So there are a lot of people that should not be doing this. Especially motherfuckers that can't pronounce gigabyte. And you know who you are. You responded to my comment. Motherfucker made a video on the Gigabit 4080, even though it's a gigabyte. Always has been gigabyte. Would black powder work in a modern cartridge if it's used in the correct amount? Yes, a gun would fire with black powder in it. However, it's not going to be very effective. Hickok 45 did a video on it. Lots of people have done it. A video on it. You can ignite black powder in a center fire cartridge using the primer, but it's way powered even with the same amount of powder. I'm in a trade for a decade now, and honestly, it sucks. Yeah, exactly. What trade? I mean, I like pistols, but I can't pronounce gigabyte. Yes, but only in certain guns, shotguns, and single-shot rifles. Yes, semi-auto depends on many variables. So, yes, you are correct. In fact, historical and Hickok did it using a Glock 45, or Glock 9, excuse me, a Glock 21 and 45 ACP, and the black powder cartridge couldn't cycle the slide. It's extremely dirty, but you can do some black powder, maybe 50 grand. It's time to put my big boy pants on, take a step forward in my life. Did 40 hours of overtime, and this guy's crying when it's time to pay me. He always does it. Yeah, I can't tell you what to do. I know you just had a kid, but you know what? If your life is getting fucked by a guy and you can step out. Yeah, I've worked for people like that in the past, man. I did that. The very first dealership I worked at, I wound up being like family because I was good at it and fucking I did everything at that dealership. I started out in sales, wound up being the wholesale manager, wound up being the finance manager, advertising manager, fucking mechanic, body guy. I did literally everything at that place. And it got to the point one time where he didn't pay me for almost a month because he was doing so poorly at the end because he owed so many people so much money. If anybody knows car dealerships, you know what floor planning is when you borrow money from the bank to pay for your cars. And he was double packing them, which meant he would go to one place and he would borrow the money. And before he had any documentation in place, he had a second place that would also give him the same amount of money. So he had to pay twice as much money for every car he sold. And he wonders why he went out of business. Yeah, you do get a lot of guys that are working class people that are into this channel because, again, I'm not bougie in any fucking way. You know, I make duct tape band-aids. Band-aids. Yeah, so I attract a certain kind of people here, which is all I want. I don't want you motherfuckers that have a stick up your ass about everything. I want cool motherfuckers that can see shit for what it is. I don't care if I'm cussing a lot. Fucking deal with it. I was trying to be funny and not cuss, but you didn't want that tonight. Thought floor plan was a group of investors, not a bank. Not when it comes to the automotive business. Floor plan is the bank that's financing all your cars. So when you're doing a floor plan, that means that all your cars you owe the money to a bank. I don't know, crazy Canadian. Go into a gun store and they'll tell you exactly how much you have to pay for any gun that you're looking to buy. What's my opinion on airsoft? Airsoft is fine, and the quality of the replicas that you can get in airsoft is amazing. You can get guns that absolutely imitate their real steel counterparts, and they're great training tools. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I'm feeling some type of romantical connection to you. I'm actually not opposed to that, man. That's fine. You can have silent investors also set up same way. Yeah, I know. I've been trying. I don't think he sells weapons. Oh, I'm going to when my FFL's in place. Like I said, I just handled the last bit of business today where I had a bit of a zoning issue because I had to get another document signed. That's literally the last thing I needed to do, and I'll have my license by the beginning of the year. So they said 4 to 6 weeks, and they decided to take 6 weeks because why the fuck wouldn't they? Do you think 800 on an airsoft gun is too much? Depends on what it is, man. If you're a competition airgun shooter, and yes, there are competition airgun shooters, no, it's not too much. If you're talking about like a high Kappa 1911 double stack, yeah, that's actually upper mid grade. Yeah, I sub. Thank you. Is always crying when it's time to pay their employees. Usually have the most money. They like to have money coming in, but don't like to see it going out. Yeah, they also have the highest turnover of employees. So I worked at a place in Leesburg, Virginia, and that man knew how to keep his employees. Those of us that did the work and we did what we had to do, we got paid good. Like in 2012, for a Ford dealership, the minimum, the mini that you got for selling a Ford was $200, which was a lot for a Ford in 2012. He had a rolling 8, which means you had to average 8 cars a month over 3 months. If you sold 10 cars a month, so you got an $1,800 draw during the month. If you sold 10 cars a month, which isn't hard in Leesburg, if you sold 10 cars a month, he forgave that $1,800 and you got full commission for every car you sold. So you got at least $3,800 then. But if you sold at least 10 cars, you were guaranteed to make way more than $3,800. My first time I went over 10, I think it was like $7,000. So all you had to do was treat people well, sell a bunch of cars, and your compensation was anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000 a month at that dealership. And all you were doing was selling cars. Because on top of getting $3,800 a month, you sold 10 cars, you got an extra $500 volume bonus. You sold 15, you got $1,000 bonus on top of that other $500. And if you sold 20 cars a month, you made like $2,000 on top of everything. So again, the more cars we sold, the more he paid. He knew how to pay his fucking employees. Can a high-end gun like a Nighthawk easily handle trash ammo? Typically they can, but when they're hand fit, sometimes they're a little bit more sensitive. Hey, X-Ray, you think dealerless new cars sales will be a thing? They tried it with fucking Carvana, and it didn't take off. It worked during COVID, but nowadays, no. With the advent of the internet and people still believing everything they read about how you can go in and get 30% off just by saying you know what the window sticker says, fuck you. So, no, I don't think so. Tesla does well because they're selling a car that is very desirable and only available through Tesla in the way that it's built. If Tesla built a regular gasoline-powered vehicle, no, their sales model wouldn't work. Justin, think about it, man. We've had the modern day internet, modern car sales internet since 2010. And the only thing the internet has done to people, and this was market research that was done, it took people out of looking in a 20-mile radius for their vehicle to a 500-mile radius. Even though it has a selection when you go to like Auto Tempest and all those websites of nationwide, most people won't go outside of a 150-mile radius unless it's a specialized vehicle. So all the internet has done is made more common people go slightly farther distance. And yeah, exactly. So a lot of people paid sticker for their cars. I, as a salesman, never once sold a car, if that makes sense. When I was talking to you guys, like all you fuckers that come back every week for me and you don't know why, that's exactly how I sold cars. I sold me. Half the time I didn't know the name of the person I was dealing with until after the test drive and I was filling out their offer. And I never gave out a business card to anybody unless they bought a car. So even though I gave out, you know, a few hundred a year, the only people that had my business card were people that actually bought cars from me. So I was more important than the car. Can't compute me being everyone knows I know are conning liars, and I know Joe would be honest. I don't have to be a liar to sell you a car. In fact, I'm going to let you sell yourself the car. I love when some asshole comes in, not you, Roy, I'm not saying you're an asshole, but I love when some asshole comes in and says, oh, I've done all the research. I know exactly what I should be paying for this car. I should be paying this and this and this and this. And I'm looking at the numbers, and I go to my boss, And he'd be like, what's he offering? I'm like, he's offering this. He's like, go back at this. And I'll go back and I'll go, no, 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 make that higher. And then he'd give me a different number. I'll go back and I said, you know what? You're really smart, sir. You are within 3% of where you wanted to be. You're getting a 97% acceptance of your offer. That is an amazing thing, sir. You are a great negotiator. I know what I'm doing. And they pay me $5,000 more than I was willing to take for the car. It's not the customer is always right. It's I made them think they were right. I'd buy you. I deal with people I want to deal with, especially when it comes to work. Meh. What's the best way to buy a car? Number one, know what you're looking for, because that's what you're actually looking for. I can't tell you the number of times people come in telling me they wanted a fully loaded Expedition and I sold them a fucking Fusion. Number two, don't be afraid to walk away. Salesmen hate you anyway. Unless you're buying multiple cars every year from them for your family, which I've had a few customers that would buy 5 or 6 cars a year for family, friends. They'd bring all their friends. Those were the guys I treated really well. But honestly, the minute you walk away from the deal, I don't give a fuck. The only time I care is if it's the last week of the month and I haven't hit my numbers. Can you explain to me what Bitcoin is? Bitcoin is what's called cryptocurrency. Basically, cryptocurrency is when a transaction is done and it's done electronically, you lose a micro fraction of the value of the transaction because computers can only do a certain number decimal points, etc. So there's technically money that's electronically out there. Bitcoin is a algorithm, a program that finds these coins by mining through data. Data contains shit all over the place, and by mining it out, you get to earn it, but unfortunately, it's just not worth it anymore. So the end of the month is a preferred time. Yes, honestly, it really is. The first of the month is the worst time. Once the month is over, the new month has started, you're not getting a fucking deal from a salesperson or the fucking sales floor. The last week of the month is when you want to go buy. You motherfuckers not have a computer to Google shit? Nope. They have computers, just not the brains. They were able to type into the Joe Google. End of the year, not as much, DB. Every month at the end of the month is the best time to buy. And the best person to talk to is, if you really want to get the best possible value out of your sale, go at the end of the month and find the newest employee. Ask for the newest salesperson, because I guarantee you they haven't made their numbers yet, so they're going to work the hardest to try to get your business. Is that a Beretta in the background? Yes, it is. It's a Model E1. You can mine it without paying for electricity, then it is worth it. I mean, yeah, but you can't do that. Boom, boom. I got something to show you for proof. Is that what you just said? I got something hard for your business. Thank you. So that's another great golden rule, like not going grocery shopping till the end of the month because it's not as crowded. It depends. Now, that doesn't always work because Social Security can come at the end of the month. Why mine it instead of invest in it? Because back in the day, it was worth it to mine it up to a certain point. But nowadays, like when Bitcoin first launched, it was 6 cents a coin. Do you prefer a buyer with pre-approved financing? It really doesn't matter to me. Up until 2017 when I left, a lot of different places were offering financing bonuses. Like you'd get an extra $1,500 off the car if you financed it with Ford Credit for 3 months. I don't know why it was 3 months. Some kind of return threshold on investments, I'm guessing. But if you finance with Ford for a minimum of 3 months, you would get $1,500 extra off the car. And then you could refinance it yourself if you wanted to, which typically meant you'd pay, $600 in interest or 60, or I don't remember what the exact numbers worked out to, but it was always beneficial to do it that way. But after COVID and with credit rates being what they are, I don't think any dealership cares. When I bought my Ram, my dad had an 800 Beacon or whatever. I was disabled, so I couldn't put it in my name. So we walked in and just paid a check for it. So. Imagine having at least 10 coins back in the day. Oh, I don't like thinking about it, Josh, because when I was selling used cars, we were going to buy $1,000 worth. Well, I was going to buy $1,000 worth, but nobody else would go in on it with me. And I said I would buy it all, but I was also addicted to gambling at the time, so I just went and played blackjack instead. But if I'd bought $1,000 worth of coins at 6 cents a coin, yeah, I'd be high-fiving Elon Musk on our space shuttle. Hello, Rain. I see these lease specials, $199 with 12 grand down. Some people prefer just to lease, though. I almost leased my Ram. It was going to be about the same cost per month, and then I could just get rid of it. I don't keep a car as long as I think the longest I kept a car was my Mustang, which I kept for 7 years, because I bought that new and I love that car. Every other car I've owned since then, I've not kept more than a year. So it makes no sense, except for I can find them for a good deal. Who makes the best truck? If you believe all the magazines and JD Power, currently Ram. I love this channel. Hello, Miss Maddox. How are you? Miss Mad Max, sorry. But that's like throwing 12 grand away. Yeah, but like with somebody like me who doesn't keep the car very long, so if I buy a $35,000 car and I sell it in 3 years and it loses over half its value, I just lost 15 grand regardless. So in that respect, if you're going to lose 15 grand either way, you might as well just lease it so you can walk away without having to worry about trading it in. So at the end of the lease, you could literally turn it in, walk away, and you have no more payments. Whereas if you have a 6-year, 7-year financing, let's face it, a lot of people have 8 and 9 year financing now. But after 3 years and you still owe $15,000, $18,000 on your car, especially now, post-COVID. If you bought a car at the beginning of COVID and you paid $20,000 over sticker, and right now you're trying to get rid of it and you lost 80% of your fucking value and you're $20,000 upside down in your car, a lease would have done you great. So again, if you're tending to get away from it, that's the way to go. Runs perfectly as long as you take care of the car. It should take care of you. Pretty much. Hey, Don, what's up? What's the best way to pay for a car? If you have good enough credit to get 0% financing, finance the thing. Cars are a depreciating asset. There is almost, if you look at the history of vehicles, outside of like the McLaren P1, Lamborghinis, and a few specialty cars, no car goes up in value unless it's a specialty, okay? And even that's not guaranteed. There were cars like Ferrari 308s during the 90s and early 2000s. You could buy those for less than a Camry. So you got to understand that if you have good enough credit to get 0% financing, finance the fucking thing. Even if it's like 1% or 1.9%, finance it. Don't pay it in cash. You can take, let's say you're looking at a $30,000 car. You take that $30,000, you get 0% financing. Take that $30,000, invest it in a high yield savings account or a credit account or something that gets you 4% a year. You're going to get money versus what you're paying out. So if you got good enough credit, finance it. If you got horseshit credit, nobody will ever finance you except for a 23.25% load, then you want to fucking buy it. Same thing happened in the Obama scare with the ARs, panic. Yeah, dude, COVID buying, $900 for fucking Diamondbacks. If you have 12 grand to put down, why on earth would you not put it as a down payment? Because again, it doesn't do anything for you. Also, for every $10,000 you borrow, you pay about $220. So if you're buying a $30,000 car, you're going to pay $650 a month. $20,000 car, $440, $460, whatever. So you lower it $20 per thousand. Is that really worth it to you? It's a personal thing. 9 years, no pay. My next car is a 2-year-old Camry, low miles, will pay cash. And that's totally your decision, DB. If the car's 24 grand and you put down half, that's good. If you're going to keep the car, absolutely. Did I just freeze? Hold on. Nope, we're good. I don't like burning cash on a depreciating asset. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if your car is 24 grand and you put 12 grand down on it and you owe 12 grand on it, okay, if you're going to keep the car, that makes sense. But if you're going to sell the car down the road, why bother? You know, if you're putting 12 grand down on a $24,000 car, but you're going to sell it in 2 years and the car is going to be worth 20 grand, you're not really going to get $8,000 in profit. You're not going to make 8 grand selling the car. You have to trade it in to get that money back. So you might as well put down the minimum that you have to make a payment that you're comfortable with. That's but you keep it 20 fucking years. Based on the fact that there are over 30 million car sales a year in the United States, do you honestly think anybody keeps a car for 20 years outside of a few rare people? 10% of the country buys a new car every year. Remember when a $300 a month payment was ridiculous? I wouldn't know. My first car payment was $1,000 a month. Shit isn't made to last nor fix relatively easy for yourself either. Yes, that's the other thing. So my mother bought a 2023 Subaru Ascent. It's having brake issues. They can't get the brakes because the pads have sensors in them. And they're having trouble getting that. The pads have sensors in them. Volkswagen Tiguan, my buddy has one. Same problem. The pads have sensors in them. I don't want that much fucking electronic shit. Cars have been pretty good since the late 90s. Agreed. Even as a mechanic, I rarely see anyone go 10 nowadays, honestly. Pretty much. You know, it all just depends on what's going on. DB, you are way too fast on this banhammer shit. So, all he said was he got his first airsoft gun. Calm down. Lay off the trigger finger. No, people are drowning in $1,200 fucking payments because they fucking fell stupidity in COVID. Give him a warning. Don't just remove it. Maybe he's a kid. Maybe he's proud. I've never seen that name before, so give him a little bit of a warning next time, dude. I drive a 2002 Suburban. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not a big fan of that body style, though. Yeah, but you didn't give him the warning. You just removed it, so now he doesn't know what he did. My brother has horrible credit and just got a 2023 Camry. Asked what the terms were, and he has no idea. I think he's adopted. No, because he's like the guy that goes to Rent-A-Center to buy a TV and pay for it for 4 years. $1,900 for a PS5? Great! Friend has a 2024 Chevy Colorado, can't get brakes for it. Isn't that sucky? Never understood the COVID buying shit. Why buy a new car when you don't or can't go anywhere? People were buying them because they were running out of them. It's the reason anybody buys anything. It's limited quantity. Everybody was panic buying because they weren't sure when we were going to get more. I'm literally sitting back going, you guys are fucking stupid. And the dealerships are banking on interest and murking the market. Yeah, no. The typical hold for a dealership is 2% on interest, so the interest doesn't matter. They wanted the over sticker. Interest doesn't mean shit to a dealership. The only time they get any kind of real benefit from loan companies is when they have an agreement for certain amounts for certain numbers of deals. When they were marking cars up 10,000 over stickers when they were making their money. Foxy, go to Google and type in the type of gun you have, dude. Set home on UE and Stimmies. Well, there you go. So, I don't think I did much during COVID, honestly. Because I had no mortgage, no car payment, really. I have a bidet and love watching people panic over toilet paper. I remember I was set up at the flea market, and the dude next to me was selling rolls of toilet paper, single-ply toilet paper for $1 a piece. And I looked at him and I go, are you serious? And then these motherfuckers, everybody bought him out. He worked at Burger King or something and stole single-ply toilet paper. He's selling it for $1 a roll. All right, Foxy, I tried to do it, but you're obviously a youngster, so you can't be on this channel, dude. If you're 11, you got to go away. This is not made for kids. Do you, the Springfield Echelon? What about it? Are you a mechanic with a bunch of guns behind his counter? I was a mechanic for years, and I also owned a body shop. Uh-huh. Wink, wink. Cigars. Merry Christmas, Joe. I don't have one right now, Sammy. I sold my regular one. I'm waiting for my FFL to come in, and I'm going to pick up a new comp one at cost. I'm not paying $700 for one. It shoots fine, dude. The removable grip module and the FCU, or the COG, the central operating group of it, is the impressive part. It shoots like basically any other striker-fired 9mm, man. If you have anything right now, it's going to be very similar to anything you got. It's cool, but it's not special. It's what you can do with it, like modifying it, that makes it good. What's the worst job you ever had to do as a mechanic? If any of you are old enough to remember, third generation Camaros and Firebirds, you couldn't drop the gas tank without dropping the rear axle, and they had no access for the fuel pump from inside the car. So you had two choices. You either had to completely drop the rear end out of the car to get the gas tank down far enough to get the fuel pump out, or you had to cut a hole in the floor. I hated working on those. Got my car the first days of COVID, got a great deal. They thought they were not going to sell anything. Then a couple weeks later, they went through the roof. Only time I made out. You're looking for a new carry. Look at the compact version. It's 4 inches. It's about the same length as your 43. Actually, it's a little bit longer. It's the same size as a Glock 19, but very shootable. How hard is it to get an FFL you've been considering to collect? You can't get an FFL just to collect. You can get a Class 3, which is not a Class 3, but an 03, which is for classic curio and relics, which lets you buy old guns, but you can't just get an FFL to collect. If you try to apply for an actual FFL license just to collect guns, you're going to get denied. If you're an FFL, do you get suppressor shipped straight to your door? You get it shipped to your shop, wherever your FFL license is. I hate Nissan timing chains and the rest of the car. Yeah, I'm also not a fan of Chrysler 2.7 timing chains. I'm always holding the fart in. Yeah, Dick, you are not going to get an FFL with the way that you're asking and responding to your own questions. And I'm not saying it to be a jerk or anything like that, but an ATF agent is going to visit you and he's going to ask you these questions. And if you lie to the ATF agent and then it turns out that most of what you're bringing in is staying with you personally, you're going to get another visit from the ATF. And you can get penalized for using an FFL for private use. And in order to get an FFL, you have to have a federal ID, tax ID number in place. You have to have a business license. Typically, you have to be an LLC of some sort. And like right now, they're not really doing much with private FFLs. They only want brick and mortars. I've had a chance to check out the Ruger. No. How do you feel about the 2008 Nissan Titans? I've never owned one long term. I've only driven one. I like the way their engines sound when you put an exhaust on them. Quad 4 could have been a great motor. No, thank you. So even if I legit open a business, I can't buy my own guns. Yes, you can buy your own guns, but doing it specifically to collect guns, like, you would need to make an actual business out of it. If you buy a few guns for yourself, that's one thing. If you want to be a collector of guns, that's one thing. But getting the FFL specifically just so that you can buy from distributors and manufacturers directly, and then you're selling 2 guns a year or 3 guns a year to cover for it, that's not going to work. And it's also not the way to do it. Honestly, the cost and the long run of what it's going to be in order to open an FFL just to get a discount, make friends with pawn shops and gun stores, dude. It's only worth it if you're actually going to make a business out of it. It's always better to buy from a dealership. You always have recourse with the dealership. All you can do is civilly sue somebody on a private deal, unless it's something old. You can buy guns for yourself, but you have to pay the business for it. You have to pay taxes on it. You can't not pay tax on it. Just because your business can get by them without paying the distributor tax, when you bring the gun into your dealership or your firearms license and it goes into your bound book and it leaves your bound book and you're in a state that requires you to pay taxes on those firearms, you are required to pay taxes on it even if you own the business. Are you a SIG fan? Yeah, I'm a pretty good SIG fan. I like a lot of SIGs. I'm old enough to remember buying booze when I was obviously underage and nobody cared. Yep, pretty much. So if you have the licenses to build destructive devices, that's a much different than a standard FFL. So FFL, you can get an SOT, special occupation taxes, for selling SBRs, SBSs, suppressors, things like that. But for destructive devices, you have to, if you want to be a manufacturer, that's a whole litany of other fucking things. Because you have to get special licenses for, the materials you're using, as well as for selling it and shit. It doesn't mean any, unless you're building grenades and grenade launchers yourself, it's not worth it. Hello, quiz. How does the ATF go about trying to trip you up? To pretend to have the sob story is, well, they can do stings all they want. They can send somebody in to buy a gun and then they can act like a straw purchase, or they can actually commit a straw purchase to trip you up. Or I don't know if they can actually go through the entire process, but yeah, they can do whatever they want to. They can sting you. They can do whatever they feel like. And I assume you'd have to sell to police and military agencies. No, you can get tax stamps for individual destructive devices, so you can sell to people that have the individual license for each individual item that you sell, but it's expensive. Is there a point where I reload so many rounds I need a license? Nope. You can reload as much as you want. You can possess as much ammunition as you want. I believe there's a limit to the amount of high explosives an individual can own or keep in their possession at any given time. But in terms of just regular ammunition, no, you can stack, reload, hoard, have however much you want. If you have 1,000,000 rounds of 9 that you hand loaded, go for it. Wondering how many feds are in here tonight. At least one. We've fallen so far from the days of ordering from a catalog. You mean since 1964? Yes, we've come a long way since 1964. We actually landed on the moon. Do I ever plan on defending yourself? Nah. You don't plan on it, you just do it. If you have time to think about your defense, you probably had more time than you think you did when you didn't do what you didn't do. Fuck yeah, that's right, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And you can't stop me. Should I open it or should I keep it sealed? You have to have special licenses to own a tank. Not sure exactly what's required to own a tank. I know you can, though. As a civilian, you can own a tank. Am I boring you, or are you boring me? Boring, 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 boring. Second Amendment friendly, a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Is it good behind you on top row, middle column, missing something or no? Yeah, those are the grip modules that were down low, Hannah. You can also own a tank if you're a demented wealthy chemical manufacturer. Good beginner AR, want that to be my next purchase. Mind you, I live in New York. You got to look at your New York licenses and see what's allowed, man. Sorry, I don't know what you guys are even allowed to have these days. Let's go ahead and try to hit the range this upcoming weekend. Need more practice with the FNS 9. Do it, dude. Do it. Yeah, DB is a dumb one. That's fun. Yeah, well, it happens. Would it be worth it to get a collector's license if you're buying up to 2 to 3 guns a month online? The collector's license has other requirements. It's not just allowing you to buy brand new guns. Hold on a second. I will give you the full definition. Limits on CNR license. So if you're talking about the license for the FFL license, the class or the 03, which is the Curio and Relics, you can only collect firearms. You can only use your FFL to buy guns that are considered Curios or Relics. They can only be used for personal collection purposes, cannot be used to engage in business of buying and selling firearms for profit. Includes restrictions on the types of firearms and also requires keeping detailed records. And there's an entire list that the ATF keeps that tells you what you're allowed to actually buy. There's no special privileges for modern firearms. Does not provide any special that are not classified. So if you live like Drunk Mouse does, he's not on here right now, but he has a CNR license which allows him to collect guns in California that he normally couldn't buy, but you can't buy a lot of guns. I carry a 1911. So, but anyways, Patriot, that's what the actual collectors, the Curio and Relic FFL license allows you to do. You can't just buy whatever you want. The ATF provides a list every year of what it considers a Curio and Relic. Yeah, I know who Dragon Man is. I don't play Red Dead Redemption. I don't like period games. Is there a 1911 compact that is high quality? I'm a fat ass and full size digs into my hip. Yeah, most companies make a decent one. Your price range is going to determine what you're going to get. You can get a Nighthawk, $4,000. That'll be high quality. I don't like any compacts personally. I mean, CZ owns Dan Wesson, so yes, I do like them, but their quality, I don't like compact. Oh, I was just wondering because I buy a lot of guns for my channel and don't intend to sell them. Yeah, there's no point in trying to get a license for that. The best thing for you to do is get an LLC since you're doing it under your channel and just use the depreciation on the guns as your tax write-off. $600 to $900. You're going to be limited. Fusion Firearms makes some stuff. Rock Island makes some stuff that's decent. Yeah, we don't talk about T-Sauce, DB. You can mention it. Real men have their red wings. What does it mean when you have the red mustache? I don't know, though. My daddy always told me not to trust something that can bleed for 7 days and don't die. Hey, James. No, you did not. You spelled Garand right, but you typed it do you got. I'm impressed. See how I'm gentle on being on this fluid? Normally I'd have chugged that. AR-15 New York State, not sure about New York Center, must have a pin magazine. You load 10 rounds via ejector using mean arms or comp mag loader. Fuck that. Move out of New York. The correct terminology, do I have a M1 Garand? No, I don't. I sold it. Welcome back, Luke. Do you think literacy will ever make a comeback? No. Even though we have autocorrect, we have all this other shit, fucking people just fucking type shit wrong. They do it on purpose. That's the worst thing. You still don't like T-Sauce. It's not that I don't like them, it's just that they haven't kept up. It's on them to do the right thing. I spent $1,000 on one of their guns. I wasn't happy with it, and they brushed me off. If they want to do the right fucking thing, then I will happily take back my words. But until they do the right fucking thing, no, I don't recommend them and I won't carry them in my store. I don't give a fuck. I'm using distributors. I'm not going directly through the manufacturers. And I'm walking right up to their fucking booth at SHOT Show if I don't hear from them. That ping is iconic. Yes, it is. Is it cheaper to remodel an M1? What do you mean remodel? Rebuild? You're still paying for the original unless you get it for free. $1,000 for a T-Sauce? Yeah, the T-Sauce Night Stalker double stack, their 2011 gun was $955. And then I paid $200 to stipple it, and then I put in a Fusion Firearms trigger. What state? I'm in Virginia. Northern Virginia, to be mildly close to being somewhat precise. Yes, because they're coming out with a Gen 2 version of the gun, which may even be an improved version of the gun, DB. They might have fixed their problems, which caused their manufacturing costs to go up. Wow, really? Hold on a second. Yeah, it's actually not even showing on their on RSR anymore. So I think they killed that version because they said they were coming out with a new version of it. I think they're giving it a bull barrel. Yeah, you can still get the 10 rounder in 9mm. That's a single stack. You cannot get the double stack from the major distributors. Maybe from like Lipsy's or if they have any in stock. If you're to buy land in any state, which land would you buy in? I'm not really looking at land. I mean, I might buy some in West Virginia just because it's close to family, but new project one from the Division 77 at Wilson Combat. No clue, and I'm not looking it up. Greetings, Mr. Mom. What's up? Yeah. Do I think Staccato is overrated? Yes. They're overrated and overpriced. And it's a problem when you're both. If you're overrated but you're cheap, that's one thing. If you're overrated but a quality at a good price, I can deal with that. But they're overrated and they're overpriced. A Staccato should cost $2,000 max. It's a good $2,000 gun. It is not a $2,500, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 gun. Staccato should max at $2,000. When am I going to do the next live stream? Not till Friday because Christmas is on Wednesday, and I don't think any of you guys really want to be sitting here talking to me on Christmas. Best way to remove light rust on barrels, very fine steel wool. Wanting to own a gun store someday, any advice on things you wish you did at first? Well, I'm just starting mine now, so not really. Follow your local and state laws and have fun. Do I think Daniel Defense is overrated? Yes, again. Rather talk to me than your family. There you go, Z. Is that what you meant? Fix my hat. I'm not real fun to hang out with. It's my chair. Is that what you meant, Z? Is that better? It's the chair. How many guns do you have? How many do you have unregistered? I'm totally not working for the ATF. Ha ha ha. I don't know how many guns I have. I know how many guns that I want. I want all the guns. Ow. You have 2 owls hooting in your yard. Shoot them. You're in Florida. That's technically hunting. You're allowed to carry firearms while you're hunting, which means if you shoot them while you're hunting, you're fine. Hey, all you people, I'm going to do a call to action, which YouTube personalities do. I need your help. Hit the like button, the thumbs up if you're on your phone, double tap your screen, leave a comment of some sort, and consider subscribing. Those three things help Google understand that my channel is worth promoting so that when algorithm and money time comes along, they look at me favorable. So that's all I'm asking. All I want you to do is double tap your screen, consider leaving a comment of some sort, and then just fucking, maybe consider subscribing. Have fun. Come back. You get some notifications sometimes. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Is there a certain amount of firearms you can own in a personal collection? Nope. There is no limit. You can own as many as you want. Thank you, Hannah. Do you like BAM AR? I don't understand. I did all three on your videos. Thank you, Luke. I like when you ask. It's done. Thank you. Thank you for the heart and the 100, James. And I'm trying to figure it out. I know some channels, they have roses and shit. Do you guys see roses that you can buy? I don't even know what the fuck those are. There's an American behind you on the wall is America. That's a lot of American. Oh, BCM, Bravo Company. I've never really played with one of their complete guns, but I've had plenty of Bravo Company parts, uppers, bolt carrier groups, etc. And I've never been disappointed with the Bravo Company. I don't think they're overrated. I like them, though. But it can get expensive. Like one of their charging handles is as much as a Radian Raptor. Think it's soft rollout? Yeah, it might be. I think they offered it to me at first, and then I got one of my bands. So Drunk Mouse sent me that picture. Glunk. Perfection. I thought that was funny. Oh, I have ham in my refrigerator. I really want to eat, but I'm trying not to eat it all. Been watching Done All You Are, and one of the best John Collins told me you rock. Yeah, you know what? When you see John Collins, tell him to come back. Tell him I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make him feel so bad. Can I see the new tattoo? Sure. So that is the new tattoo. It says nothing gory means no story, and the magnifying glass is around where I slit my wrists. Yeah, it's not up yet on my channel, I guess, James. All you can do is just... What store is this? This is Target. Would you like to buy a Pokemon? If you'd like to buy a Pokemon, I have a Pokemon here. Oh shit, these were the ones I opened. I should probably not be storing them like that because some of these are worth money. Don't store your Pokemon like that. Don't set it down on top of a computer. That's always the safest way to put them. Okay, I think we're all right now. Oh fuck, that's an expensive. Oh wait, that's a Magic. How many tats do I have? So technically I have 3 separate pieces on the left arm, and then the right arm is just made up of a bunch of pieces. So like technically you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The big one that runs all the way up the arm to the shoulder, that's 10, 11. So I mean, technically I'm going for sleeves, so you'll just call them sleeves, but, you know, like 14 or 15 pieces. Are brass brushes tough on rifling? You got to be careful. I don't really have a favorite gun behind me. I'm sorry. It's not Sophie's choice. I don't have to pick, so I'm not going to. 1911 platform is my favorite guns. Oh, yeah. So it's not doxing because his screen name is DB, but I've got under 15% tattoo coverage. I'd say it's more than 15% at this point. But yeah, I'm doing 2 full sleeves. Dude, that big gun is back. Yep. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas to you. Which one would I prefer to use behind me? Probably the 1911 in the middle above the shotgun. Is super safety illegal? There's a court battle going right now. Their headquarters was raided and the creators were arrested. If you want something similar, go with an FRT. Those are legal. Did I buy any Haktua coin? I spit on my own penis. I'm fine. Aloha from Hawaii. How are you, Hawaii? Nice. Thank you. Like I said, though, I really don't pick. It's just, you know, that happens to be the one on the wall that's loaded. But it's in condition 3 with the hammer, or condition 2 with the hammer down, so. But it is a loaded chamber. I think. Here, let me pick it up. Just kidding, YouTube. If I suppressor and use subsonic in a semi-pistol, do I have to lighten the spring? Not always. In fact, depending on what round you're shooting, you may need to actually have a sniffer spring. Should he get rid of his super safety? Basically, put it on the boat and see if it needs to sink. Okay. I don't care where your buddy lives. Yeah, I know the song it comes from the Hawaiian song. I just can't sing it in my head tonight. Oh, my exes live in Texas. I just came from duck hunting this morning with a 20 gauge escort. God damn. Sounds like one hot girl. Ooh-wee. Took me 2 weeks pay, but I got one of them 20 gauge escorts. Do I like Kimber? Yes, I do. Y'all see CJ? What do you mean? He's got one of them 20 gauge escorts. That girl sure is fine. My wife bought me a DB15. Nothing wrong with that, brother. What do I think about Canik? It's a good brand. Decent guns. Definitely good for shooting. Oh. Hey, Kim, thank you. Appreciate that. Recently went to Mexico. All the police ride around in pickup trucks. What it looked like saw machine guns on the back and 2 additional dudes with AKs, and that's all the police. Yeah, they do a lot of crazy shit down there, bro. What are my thoughts on the DB15? It's a great starter rifle, man. It takes all mil-spec parts, and it, out of the box, is decent, man. Good construction. The lowers are made by Diamondback, who also makes Daniel Defense's lowers, so they know how to do it. Eminem all day long. 50 with his speech pattern can't match Eminem with his ability to change his flow. 50 is 50, but 50 can't swap it up. You'll never hear 50 doing Midwest Chop. Would I rather a 12 or a 20 gauge? I shoot both, so it doesn't really matter. I was just making a joke, dude. Yeah, it just, whatever you're more comfortable shooting, man, do that. I didn't even see it, Hannah, sorry. Peanut butter M&M or peanut? I prefer peanut M&Ms. Hey, Cody. Yeah, I can't even say at all. Yeah. You know, my home defense shotgun is a 12 gauge, but that's just because, as far as I know, they don't do a 930 and a 20. I can't sing it. I start singing it in my head. I used to sing it. We used to sing it in school. and I'm trying to sing it, and as soon as I say the melody, and then the rest of it goes away, and my brain keeps flashing to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because they sing it in that. You're out getting some Christmas shopping wrapped up. Stop it. Wrap up your own shit. You don't need to pay somebody to wrap your shit up. The only thing you shouldn't be wrapping your own penis up. Your woman should be putting on her defensive jacket. Eat any more nasty food? Nope, not recently. Thoughts on Mossberg handguns? They're popping up on sale because they keep discontinuing them. They are actually a decent handgun. Definitely worth buying if you get them for a good price. Smith & Wesson Performance Center pistols, are they worth the additional cost? No, wait for them to go on sale, and sometimes they'll be less than the standard guns. We don't wrap it here. That's why I got 14 kids. I named them all Dale. It makes things easier. We were going to name one Chip, but then my wife was like, that reminds me of when you were a stripper. So we can't do that, Chip and Dale. That's Rescue Rangers. No, that's strippers. Fun for both ends of the family. You need to be wrapping it up till your youngest is like 3. This shit's out of hand. Well, that's why I only go in the back door. If a baby comes out of there, we got bigger problems. What show was that from? My brother Dale, the other brother Dale and Dale. That was Bob Newhart. Keliki Maka. That's it. Thank you. You laugh. Only when I watch midgets falling over. Because it's so fast.
Ah! Ah! That hurt!
How? It was 3 inches.
Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about.
Which Pokemon card is worth the most? I'm not sure what values are doing right now, but still a base set Holo Charizard. My 2-year-old already yells Joe when we watch the live. Yeah, so does Daniel's kid. Anytime I talk to him on the phone on speakerphone, all I hear is her yelling, Joe! How do you feel about the 45 Combat Commander? I'm not a fan of commander sizes. The one around that Paul dude's neck. What Paul dude? How did the super safety dudes think they weren't going to go to jail? Simple. They were young, dumb motherfuckers who thought they found a loophole, and turns out they found a way to go to jail. How do I feel about the Kimber 1911? I like the Kimber 1911. You'll see proponents of no, such as SFR and McManus, but if you run them right, you tune them right, you treat them right, you wind up with a good gun. Oh, didn't that one turn out to be fake? Jake Paul or Logan? I think it was Logan Paul, or which one doesn't box? Logan? Yeah, he bought the $2 million fucking Charizard, and I believe somebody said it was fake, isn't it? No, stop typing it out. I'm not singing it. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Trying to text Stone. I agree. Kimberly is just too expensive. I knew if I said your name, you'd appear. Where you at, bitch? Tits. See if Stone responds to that one. All right, man, I'm out going for a walk or something. All right, dude, enjoy your night. It's only 10 minutes for me. Throw Stone a bone. I can't do that anymore. His wife told me to stop sending dick pics. Staccato is like that in that regard. Yep. You've been 3D printing chassis for your 365s. Okay. Yes, the guns are real. I don't even remember that motherfucker being in here at all. Kim, I'm going to give you the same answer I give everybody. Since I don't know your wife, I can't tell you what gun will be best for her. What I would suggest is if you have time, take her to a gun store, have her pick up several different guns. I can tell you what guns are reliable. Guns like the Ruger Max 380 or the Ruger Max 9, the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, those are all on the smaller side. A Glock 43X or a 48, the Canik MC9, those are all smaller guns that are reliable. But what you need to do to make sure that she gets a good feel for it is to actually have her put her hands on the guns. If you're thinking about making it a gift, just take her to the gun store. Don't tell her that you're going to do it. Just take her to the gun store and say, hey, babe, buying you a gun. So just have her see what fits her hand, because I don't want to give you bad intel. I can just tell you what's reliable. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't understand what you're talking about, Bruce. Sorry, it's something I might have missed. What do I think of the 509 series? 509 series is the same problem that Staccato and a lot of companies have. They went and mass produced the guns. So the FNX, FNH, FNS lines, they produced way fewer guns. They went to the 5 series, 509, 510, 545, and they kept the price the same while dropping the quality of the gun. They're great guns, but they're not as good as the older guns, yet they cost the same, if not more. $1,000 for a fucking 509 mid? Get the fuck out of here. Thank you, SFR. Yeah, don't ask me to buy a gun on a live stream. Don't ask me that shit, because you're just going to go away. Just picked up a 509C for 400 with the rebate. Not too bad. At 400, that's fine. I don't have a problem with the 509 at $400. But at $700 for a 509, fuck that. AR Sear plate. Oh, I haven't seen that, man. I don't know which one you're talking about. Did I talk about the Bodyguard 2.0? It's a tiny little gun, but it does feel a lot better than the original Bodyguard. It feels more like a more modern gun. But I don't like those super small guns. The lifespan on a pistol barrel, that's a wildly variable number, dude. Depending on the kind of ammo you're firing through it, if you're treating the gun well, you know, if you're using good ammo, there's Glocks out there that have 60,000 rounds through the barrel and they're still accurate as all get out. And then there are some guns that have 1,000 rounds through them and they're shot out because they're using steel cased ammo, steel washed bullets, you know, not steel washed, but you know, I know. But they don't have good bullets in the casing. Yeah, 509C at the store was $690. That's what I'm saying, dude. At $700, the gun is a hell no. But at $400, yeah, I can't say anything bad about a 509 at $400. That's a good deal. That's $100 less than, actually a lot less, because an optics ready fucking Glock 19, which is what it competes with, would be $600. So yeah, dude, $400 solid price. I want to like the 2.0, but I don't like trying to get my funny finger into the guard. Yep. What do I think about Radical Firearms? Radical Firearms and Diamondback are in the same class, in my opinion. They're great entry-level guns. If you want to have a gun that you can just shoot for a while and then learn to upgrade on, perfect for it. You could technically just leave it the way it is, but it's a great platform to upgrade because you can get them on most dealers' shelves for anywhere from $500 to $520. And that's an excellent price to start with, because a single stage CMC, or a single, not single stage, but a drop-in single piece CMC drop-in trigger is, you know, $100 on Palmetto all the time. They're always on sale. So you could, for $625, you can have a hell of a nice trigger in your gun, and then you can upgrade the bolt over time, add ambi safeties, things like that. But they're a great starting point. My eyes aren't crossed. They're about as far apart as they can get, motherfucker. So if you're going to try to be funny, try a little harder, please. Bro, Revenge, if you're trying to be funny, at least be grammatically correct. Nobody can understand what the fuck you're saying, you fucking idiot. How can you be that fucking stupid and fucking type? Oh, cool. So you just threatened me. Cool. Say goodbye to your fucking channel, son. Reported because you just threatened my life. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a reason to do that, you little punk ass bitch. And go ahead and come up to me in real life. See what the fuck happens. Accumulating furniture for all the different shade of peanut butter. Nice. Do you like the Wilson Combat 1911s? I've never had a straight Wilson Combat. I've had a rebuild Springfield Operator that was rebuilt by Wilson Combat, and I liked it. Looks like he got clapped. Pretty much. Best budget upgrades for an MP15 looking for new. Depends on what you're trying to do with the gun, man. Upgrades are very personal when it comes to an AR. Are you looking for a faster trigger? Throw in a better trigger. If you're looking for better sight acquisition, if you have one with an A2 handguard, drill that shit off, put a low profile gas block, and put a good red dot on it. No, some dude just threatened me in real life, so fuck him. I almost wanted to leave that one, Justin, because the dude actually used kilometers to try to make fun of my eyes. So, luckily, I enjoy all the freedoms of a United States citizens while this dipshit's using kilometers to try to make fun of me. Do I own an MP5? Nope. What do I think of a Glock 43X? I don't think about Glock. Glock is the last gun on my mind. It works, it runs, it does the same thing as every other Glock ever made. It looks the same too. If you're gonna use insults to talk about me, say it's like there's a washing machine between my eyes or something funny. Number one, why are you running a laser on a pistol? Either or, not both. Does it cost much to own a gun? Do you need storage and etc. to own one? The cost of owning a firearm, outside of the initial purchase of the firearm, ammunition is probably going to vastly outweigh the actual cost of the firearm over time. Especially if you practice a lot, you're going to spend a lot more money on your ammunition and accessories. In the United States, some states require you to have a lockable container to transport a firearm in, but inside your home, there's no like standardized regulation for what you should put them in. How do you see forward when you aim with both eyes open? You just have to practice. Now, not everybody is going to aim with both eyes. Like when you're shooting a pistol, you are either left or right eye dominant. So when you're actually aiming down the sights, whichever eye you're dominant with is going to be the one that you're physically aiming with. And then your other eye is, number one, keeping track of where you're pointing and keeping visual awareness around you. But it also helps for target acquisition if you're moving from target to target. You're welcome, Corbs. Legion or CZ Shadow? I'd take the CZ Shadow before the Legion. How do I curve a bullet like in that one movie? Well, you have to go and rent the movie and then imagine yourself in it. Justin, Mexican was just making a joke. He's here all the time. Didn't work, but they got 10 yesterday each anyway. I don't know. I don't know, man. So, CSR Firearms and another guy went to jail in Florida because they were selling a auto key card beer opener. And CSR did the dumbest fucking thing a person can do. He said it was a novelty, but then he showed you how to bend it to make it an auto sear for an AR-15, and then told you which version of the AR-15 you needed to make it work. because auto sears are illegal in the United States if you don't have a pre-86 model, he went to jail. He's currently sitting in jail. He appealed. I believe his appeal was rejected. And right now his wife runs the channel. Because he had an '07 license, he thought he could manufacture whatever he wanted to. So he made a video telling you how to take a novelty device and make it functional. That's where he fucked up. So, yeah, he's still in jail because he did something very stupid. If you know that a product you're selling can be used to convert a firearm into, I said auto sear. So for firearms, a sear, so you have a disconnector and a sear. The sear is what releases the hammer. So, how do I feel about 380 concealed carry? It's better than the stick. What if I wipe my history after 3D printing? What does that mean? Doesn't mean anything. What's the most versatile caliber? That's a hard thing to really tell you, man. Some farmers will tell you 30-30. Some people will tell you 9. Some people will tell you 45. It's whatever you use and carry, man. If you don't carry it, it's not gonna matter to you. And I wouldn't go out and change my arsenal based on somebody else's opinion either. So whatever you're comfortable using. 3D printing parts. If you get in trouble 3D printing parts, whatever. It's a risk you run. As long as you're building semi-automatic firearms in the United States, you are not required to register a privately built firearm. You can build as many semi-automatic handguns as you want. Which way you prefer your steak and what's your favorite cut? I like New York strip steak and I like it medium rare. Do you have a Winchester? Yes, I have several. Can you hunt in Virginia? Yes, you can. There's different seasons for different things, bow and regular and all that stuff. I don't fucking do anything like that. You are on the wrong channel for Take All Guns Away. Have you ever shot a Les Baer 1911? Are they great as advertised? I have only shot one once, so I only have a sample size of one, and it shot very, very well. Why don't you like the SIG 2022? I have one. They're fine. Got a Mossberg, yeah, 930, tactical. Do I know what a baby Nambu is? No, I don't, Slim. Somebody just fucking get rid of this Patrick guy. Which is better, 38 special or 9mm? Well, typically shot out of two separate types of firearms. 9mm has more representation, I believe, in the semi-automatic world, obviously, and 38 special is a revolver round typically. So I think 9mm technically in modern days is superior. Hunting season is ending in the next few days. Gotcha. I've been 3D printing for years. Never once thought about making anything that goes bang. Waste of time. Oh, I mean, typically, if you want to make a grip module, that's going to be fine. But I don't think I would want to. I went to ban and unban. That's fine. I just don't see the point of doing like any kind of pressured sensitive component on a 3D printer. Andy, that's a very personal question, dude. What you need to do is go to a gun store and see what they have in either single purchase or multiple purchases for that price range. $1,500 is such a wide price range. I can't really give you a good idea. Buy a Springfield operator. They're $1,400. Boom, you're done. It's going to be dependent on what you like, man. How do I feel about 50? It's expensive. I've had it. I'm old and heard that shot revolvers for years and have just bought my first semi-auto. What would you recommend starting out in semi-auto? I wouldn't recommend a 10mm, honestly. I mean, you shoot revolvers, so I'm sure you can handle the recoil. But I would also recommend that you check out a 1911. 1911s were literally actually the evolutionary step from revolvers. So I would definitely recommend a 1911, and then any of the modern style guns like a Walther PDP, Canic Rival, FN. I'd say FNX, honestly. I don't really have an opinion on the Ross Martin because they just seem like they're a little bit cheap in my opinion. 1911 or CZ, I'm going to go 1911, but it's very close. Best assault rifle, no such thing. If you're not in the military and in an active engagement situation, there is no such thing as an assault rifle. No, I am not going another hour. I'm ending pretty damn soon. What would you recommend on a shotgun? Mossberg 930 Tactical. There you go. Everybody's giving their opinions. All right, guys. Christmas is on Wednesday, so there won't be a live stream. If you guys can do me a favor, I'd like to hit 100 likes before we leave. So if you haven't hit the like button, just do that. When you hit 100, I like to think that Google has somebody that goes, "Oh my God, he's got 100 likes and he's a gun channel. Let's give him all the bits." And stupid shit like that. So I used to go 6 hours, Chase. So 3 hours is very little for me these days. Thank you guys so much. You hit the 100 automatic. I was answering a semi-auto question. Yep. Just buy any brass for 10 million. Pretty much. Won't live, but Santa will. Elbow, wink, wink. What would cause AK drop in trigger not to drop in the hammer with shooting today, and all of a sudden it wouldn't shoot? It's like it's on safety, but it's not. That's some kind of something to do with the hammer release spring. Something to do there. I have no idea. I don't really mess with AKs, man. CZ, what CZ do I like? The Tactical Sport Orange and the Shadow 2, man. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Say goodbye to yourselves.
Bye-bye. 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 Time to kill the rabbit.
Bye. Yeah, you can't hit 200 likes. There's not even that many people in here.